You just came out and punched me in the arm.
We are now live on YouTube. Welcome to TWS Radio for the very first time, we hope, on YouTube. Go to TWSRadio.com. You can see it just there, behind Joey's head, to get your own Royal Rumble sweepstake number. Plus, be in the chat room. This is Lissy, by the way. My fingers aren't normally that feminine. No.
Sometimes.
I'm going to let you do the family now. Right, bye.
Bye.
I believe that's working.
I'll check. I'm just looking.
Oh, can you get please? That's really helpful, actually.
Subscription. Will it come under? Yeah.
No.
We're subscribed to quite a few, so it might be lost in the shuffle. Oh. We're not subscribed to my one.
I haven't seen it yet.
There it is. So you're watching.
It's working.
It's working.
And you are live on Periscope.
I don't think we need it. I'm just going to leave it.
That's fine.
Is that alright?
Are you doing Facebook?
Yes.
We're sorry there was some errors starting around. Please try again. Let's try again.
I gave it a big thumbs up.
Thank
I
you.
promoted on Dark Match as well.
Excellent.
Oh damn, I need to get this out. Oh. I'll start the show. We're going to go 10, 9, and then I'll take it from there, okay? Feel free to do a buzzer after one of them. Yeah, just put that on. Sorry. Thank you. It is on.
It's on, is it on?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. You ready to do the countdown?
Are we all doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god, it's TWS Radio and it's the whole of family walking to the ring. And we are strutting our way down on the road to WrestleMania. We're going to eliminate 29 other superstars. And as always, that is, oh my god, we need to let the dog out of the studio. There's a dog.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I'm happy about that.
as always, I am your host. I am Scott. That was what I was born with. Actually, I was born, I think Gordon, maybe Shane. And they switched it to Scott because of Jason Donovan.
Yeah.
Which is...
They were all my choices.
Thank you. And the voice you just heard, the one that named me, apparently, that I just found out live on TWS Radio, is the producer incarnate. It is the bod that runs the pod. It is the glass in your vase. It's Joe.
Nobody gets left behind. Nobody gets forgotten.
He's going to talk like that all night. And yes, that was an impression of Mike Tyson. No? Who was it? Oh, yeah.
Mike Tyson!
And you got a good Mike Tyson. I'm going to be honest, I'm hoping Splinter is in the chat room because he's got such a sad dog that's being stroked by me. Who just realised I've been stuck. I'm stuck.
I'm stuck in here with these clowns.
Guys, the windows are open. You know, the dog's fine. But guys, as always, in the chat room tonight, half and half. I'm talking Lamar. I'm talking 50-50. Because he has that milky voice. He has that milky voice. No, you don't like Lamar?
Milk.
Either way, Kieran and Lissy, now together, Chippendale, back in the force. Whoop, whoop.
Don't ever compare me to Lamar.
Odom.
Oh, okay.
Just don't.
Lamar Odom or?
Is that the guy on the dancing show?
I want to know, no, guys. Yeah, I'm with you all that's listening right now. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Who are you thinking of?
Lamar, the singer.
No, but who was the dancing show one?
The singer.
No, you're not getting.
Is he now?
Lamar.
Oh, okay.
Is he?
You might be more aware than us
From
then.
Fame Academy.
Yes.
I hate
Was he?
him.
Yeah, I think he was.
Fame Academy, is that where you dressed up like school kids? And they used to do weird things like you'd have to jump in a bath of like
Yeah,
custard.
it was a singing show, Scott.
Do you remember that show?
Yeah, I remember that.
Cruel School.
Cruel School.
Or Trouble. Anyone remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, no one does. That's why it's not on TV anymore.
No.
So, guys, as always,
Wow.
you can visibly see us and a very sad dog because of his owner, Dan, because he's been locked in this room with us. He's not been locked. He's going to be let out any second.
Get her a mic.
No. Oh, she's lovely. Look at you.
Little thing.
But, guys, I'm looking at a plethora of... well, if you stop stroking her, she does actually say something. A plethora of images of me saying plethora. So it's quite fantastic, and I miss my job in Utica, New York. Anyone get it?
Yeah.
John Cena on Southpaw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking at Facebook, that is TWS Radio. We are looking at Periscope, that is at TWS Radio through Twitter and Periscope. And we are looking at, you guessed it, YouTube.
Ooh.
No, this isn't Logan Paul. This isn't David Dobrik.
Uh-huh.
This isn't even Trisha. This is the dog's been let
Oh,
out!
yeah.
We are on YouTube, and you know, after you finish watching this live stream that is on TWS Radio's official account, I want you to subscribe. I want you to watch it through it, and I want you to give it a big thumbs up. You see the little thumbs? Leave comments, see what you liked about the show, what you didn't like about the show. Let us know. We want all the details. But once you're done with this, before the Rumble, to keep you going until the pre-show of the Rumble, the Brothers Or have a YouTube. The Brothers Or on YouTube. We've got over 150 videos. There's not, it's 110. Kieran's in it.
Yeah, and also the YouTube. We're back on iTunes.
We're back on iTunes! Who's that thanks to?
Apple.
DJ.
Yeah. No help, Apple!
If you can, guys, give us a star review. And if you feel like it, leave us a little comment or a little review.
Go on, Kieran. Go on, Kieran.
Yeah.
Are you trying to take my job?
Yeah.
Do you mean a 5-star or just a star?
A 5-star, but whatever star rating you give us. But hopefully we are worth 5 stars.
Unless it's 5, don't do it.
Joe, you look so old when you did that, like your face changed.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Right, Dan.
Oh,
Yeah, I am the
that's a
dad.
revelation.
I'm the dad.
Tonight, though, guys, as I just said, you can watch us on these platforms, but YouTube is recommended because this is the first time we're properly live. Because there was a slight technical issue with Splinter last week
Because we were.
on YouTube. He was live,
It was.
but just personally on the he had it set at private, and only he ever saw last week's show, which is grand. And I think he really enjoyed it. But either way,
He said
Oh,
private.
well, you know.
I think his rat tail knocked the private button.
I just imagine Dan with a rat tail, but like in his hair, like you know, like, you know what I mean, at the back, bald, but the bit at the back. Oh, Dan's funny. You know what they say though? Hashtag book James Daniels.
Yeah.
So coming up on the show list, I'm going to send this to you, even though I haven't sent you the show plan. Yeah. Guys, coming up on the show tonight, we have got Network and Chill, and we are going to talk all the news of the week, including we're going to review NXT Philly from last night. So at that point, I will give you a spoiler heads up.
Wait a minute.
Oh no.
Yeah, doesn't that mean that Kieran's going to need a spoiler here?
Kieran has to leave the room for the main event.
Do you know what? Kieran's actually going to find out the result of the main event of last night's show.
Right now. So guys, so tonight we've got Network and Chill with a review of NXT Philly, including all the news this week, and we'll obviously tell you who won what points from NXT Philly.
Yeah.
And guess what? Because it's the first results of the year,
Yeah.
however this ended is how the league is.
Okay.
Because there's no points. Everyone was on 0 before this. We'll also be doing the sweepstake picks. So if you guys were looking out for ways in the sweepstakes, we'll be doing all that throughout the night. So keep your ears and eyes peeled because we'll be filtering them in throughout the show. And also we'll be telling you what the prizes are that you could win if your sweepstakes comes up trumps.
Oh.
And also news. You got to listen out for this. There's news on what Dan, Scott, Joe, and Kieran are doing this week.
Me?
So keep your ears peeled for that one too, because that is some big news. We've got some big news for us for and what we're doing this week, and of course, what you're all here for: the coup de.
Yeah.
Well, Finn Balor.
I meant the Royal Rumble, the full preview of the Royal Rumble featuring TWS Team Wars in the Prediction League. So yeah, guys, that's what's coming up. You're right, Kieran.
What was that noise?
What the coup de?
What did you say?
Well, it's like the main event, isn't it? It's like the final thing, like the coup de...
Yeah.
Is it your Mike Tyson?
I was going to attempt one for the first time ever. There it is. Say Amanda Holyfield in that voice.
Around that holiday.
Realise I can't laugh that loud.
Yeah. Right.
So, that's what's coming up with the show. It's a packed show. As you know, this is one of the most newsworthy weeks, and coming up, one of the most newsworthy nights. Because not only is it Royal Rumble, we had NXT last night, and we all look forward to Royal Rumble. I think we all can admit that we end up disappointed in some way, because we work ourselves up into a frenzy, because we get together, we do our own sweepstakes. We do our own... Stop shaking your head. Kieran. Because Kieran... Guys, just a quick side note. Kieran is a curmudgeon. So, let's say tonight, 29 people come out, but they're just in black pants, and you've never seen them before. Roman Reigns comes out, 30, eliminates 20 of them, 29 of them, wins. He'll go, I liked it. Because he wants an argument. I'm convinced. So, and if Shinsuke wins, Kieran will go, nah, disappointed. That's what.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Don't you, tonight when we watch it, don't you be anything but just a pleasure to be around. Anyway, guys, so, before in Dark Match, as always, what did we do?
I don't remember what we did.
Well, we played music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted specifics.
No.
There was a theme to that. There was a theme to that music.
There it is. He's got it. In every Dark Match, we talk a load of nonsense, and there's music that plays for about an hour. If you go to TWSRadio.com, you go to listen live, you can get in that chat room for about an hour before, talk with your mates, talk with the guys and girls of the city.
Whoa.
I don't know what's happening.
Wow.
That was a mixture of a Scouser and someone from Amsterdam.
That was a decent Amsterdam impression, wasn't it? City!
No.
Did I get it?
No, you lost it now.
Alright. John's fine. Yeah. Anyway, should we start again?
Yeah.
Like Jesse J on the voice saying,
Oh.
that live voice, that live voice, like 20 seconds went, I think I want to start that one again. Anyway, we don't do any redos here, guys.
No,
this is us raw and edited.
Live.
But as always, guys, we play music, and there's always a link to that music. You heard the likes of Roman Reigns, HBK, Chris Jericho, Dolph Ziggler, CM Punk, British Bulldog, Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio, Vince McMahon. So you've heard all those things. What could that possibly mean? Kieran, have a guess.
Booker T's mobile friend. Friends. It's phone book. The friends.
And they came up.
There you go.
Guys, if you're watching this, the way his hand came up there, like as if, well, what else would it be having his mobile phone friends? Okay. Lizzie, what did you think it was?
You threw me on the spot there.
I'm really stumped.
I'm not gonna lie, I was in the same boat as Kieran.
You know Booker T's phone friend. I've never heard someone even say mobile phone friends.
Is that what I meant to say?
Okay, contact.
I have friends on my
Joe,
phone.
who do you think it was?
I'm going to be honest, I was looking for sound bites, so I blanked as well.
Okay, I actually thought it might have been people that were 1 and 2 in the Rumble.
Okay, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. Yeah.
Good guess, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Did anyone in the chat room get that?
There were a few.
There was a few, but we've had a lot of conversations, so it skipped past. I know Sin Corner was involved. C Twigs.
Priceless.
Probably.
There you
Go on, guys, there's 2 of you in the chat room.
Jonathan K.
There we go,
Cool.
cool.
Last guess. If we did miss anyone,
Yeah.
apologies, but the screen scrolls down.
Good work, chat room, for getting all chatty though.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
They're on it.
Guys, there is a poll this week as well, and it's going to be, I think it'll be do separate. Instead of you guys being involved in Prediction League, because we don't want to name like 500 people that could potentially win the Royal Rumble. We're just going to go with, do you think Daniel Bryan will be in the Royal Rumble?
Ooh.
Simply yes or no? Yes. No. 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 Yes. No. Oh, Joe. Joe.
What?
The best part was seeing your mouth. When he was doing that, guys, he was looking at the screen, and when he was saying yes, he was just mouthing yes to himself. Then no. So yeah, the answer will either be yes or no. If you want to get interactive with us, go to TWSRadio.com, go down to the bottom, there'll be a poll, and that poll will read, will Daniel Bryan be in the Rumble, yes or no. Let your voice be heard, we'll come back to it at the end, when we talk the Royal Rumble match at the end, and then Kieran, if you spotted that there's no poll,
It is, but it's not what you said.
What is it?
Does Live want to play their TWS Joker? That's
Great.
the poll on my screen.
Don't know then. We'll just let us know if you think everyone's going to We're interested. Alright. Yeah, it's settled now.
Jesus.
So, yeah, do you want to play your Joker? Honestly, do you know what this feels like?
Oh.
I'm trying to pull 4 lorries, and those lorries are going the other way. So, if you guys want to just head out the room and just have a break, that would be grand. So, guys, yeah, get in there and get in the poll. Something I wanted to actually bring up before we move on as well is, if you haven't already, go check out the KM Total Talk that Dan did last week. Just get it. You go download on the podcast, and like Kieran said earlier, go leave a 5-star review and a comment, a review, sorry. And subscribe and download the podcast. Give it a listen. It's a good interview with KM. He even talks about the Build a Mott stuff. But you know, Joe, what do you think of Kevin Matthews?
I like Kevin Matthews.
We've listened to it for a while.
Yeah, on I'm not going to name the podcast.
You can. I don't think it's around
anymore.
2.5
wrestling. Yeah, it's good. He's very opinionated, a little bit controversial at times.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I necessarily side with everything he says.
Yeah.
But he's an enjoyable listen. I used to spend many days listening to him talking about wrestling.
I'm glad he's doing well for himself.
Yeah, definitely glad.
Yeah, it's good for him. But that was that's kind of it. So before we crack in, because the first segment is going to be Network and Chill.
Yeah.
And then from then on, this train is not going to stop.
No.
Because we're going to be talking Raw 25. We're talking Enzo. We're talking Bollywood Boys.
Yeah.
We're talking the XFL. Straight to NXT. Straight to the Royal Rumble. And before you know it, it's going to be 9 o'clock. And you guys are going to get your pizza. Get ready for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So this is that last little bit where we're going to take a little breath and go, are we ready to do this? Because this is going to just go off a cliff by the looks of it. If I'm honest. So, anyone got anything to say?
No, that's good.
No. What is this, or 100 or 1 or something?
What? Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready.
Really quietly.
Perfect.
Watch us right
The tears in Kieran and Ulysses' eyes tell me this is a worry. So, guys, we are going to crack into Network and Chill. That is going to include news and reviewing NXT Philly.
Warm in it.
Yeah.
This is quite long, this sweepstakes. This sweepstakes like 9 minutes long.
Welcome to the Royal Rumble.
This is like 9 minutes long.
That's right, Team We've got the awards
Yeah.
on this week. So we are going to give you
I didn't kick it for the sweepstakes either.
sweepstakes numbers. They had to draft us in because family couldn't cope with it by themselves. So we came in.
Is it really long?
I bought
This is not.
3/4 of my mapping.
9 minutes, yeah. And the other one is as well.
I am joined by my producer who normally pushes the knobs and buttons, but this week he's playing with all the balls. It's Toby. The balls are in my hand. They're in my court, definitely. So I will be.
First bit was a bit out of hand, wasn't it?
And the woman who's here to make sure we.
Oh, that's right.
It's changed.
What's Danger Rising?
It's
Sounds dead posh, doesn't it?
you like that person?
I'm independent,
You're in the frame.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Oh, I thought it was
ready.
And that's the
Oh, that's right.
Well, no, they had it. I'm sure they did.
I have to lean forward and all of them.
What we're doing stuff. So this is the first
What
draw.
did we get McDonald's?
Should we order that Domino's?
Just to run you through
Oh,
the
gosh.
prize. You
Get
get
it.
the Royal Rumble. You get the
We've done that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
That angle sign picture and a more important Impact Wrestling DVD hand. Time crusher. That's why it's not
I got really hot because I
If
started
you get
laughing
a
too much.
female winner of the Royal Rumble, you get the true story of the Royal Rumble DVD and an alpha
It's
female
you.
sign
Whenever we
picture
start
and
going, I can't stop.
Impact Wrestling DVD hand.
Oh, damn.
We also do
That
spot
must sound like a train wreck.
pricing every year. That's part of it. So we're going to give you a prize.
Sorry, everybody.
You get a Southside Wrestling DVD. Nice. If you get the first eliminated female, you get a lead premiere.
Have we got one to sit for all of this?
Professional
Yeah.
Wrestling DVD. Nice. If you get
This should be a
you
separate
get
show.
the longest nail
What?
time.
Yeah.
You get the Samoa Joe collection on DVD, the brand new Samoa Joe collection on DVD.
Which one?
Unfortunately, Joe will not be
This
running
9 minutes
this
long.
Yeah.
If you get the longest
So
female,
it always is quite long, isn't it?
Welcome.
On
you get
sweepstakes.
the Knockouts Knockdown DVD 2016.
Oh gosh.
Nice. Most of the male eliminations gets the top 50.
Saying that chaotic start fits quite nicely with this, because they started this by saying they had to come in to do this because we couldn't cope with it. So it's kind of as if we came in hot and we just lost the plot, and then they had to step in and do this.
So it makes sense.
It makes sense, weirdly. Scott didn't even throw to it, so it makes sense even more. It's like they had to come in and deal with it.
You might have someone who's put 2 people who both eliminated 6 people.
Coin flip.
Do a coin flip, or should we do
On air.
whoever does it first? So whoever says 6, say they both get the 6. Whoever gets the 6 first is the winner. That sounds fair. Well, that's totally random, though, isn't it? Totally random. We've got no control over it whatsoever. Fine.
Good at that,
Fine.
babe.
You get the slack. Dan's idea. Dan, great idea, Dan. Okay, so we're going to draw the first names. We'll just quickly, should we say that we're not doing it's all just random here? 100% random. We have return of the bingo brawler. It's right here, making its noises. But we have all 30 numbers for the women's and the men's rumble in there. So it's going to just, it depends what comes out. I don't know. We'll find it. Now I've got all your names, so I will give you the names of the relevant winners, and Toby will give you your number and tell you whether it's the male or female. And what number it is, yeah. What number it is. Right, are we ready? First number. I thought Sybil was going to do the gladiator bit there. Do you want to do the number first, or do you name first? I think name first, just because of the anticipation of that person.
Yeah, name first and then...
I think it's meaner to the person whose name we pull out, so definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Name first.
First name out of the hat.
We're live,
is Halo.
We're not being very
26
entertaining.
on Instagram. Instagrammers.
Instagrammers.
Yeah, at TWS Radio. That's the one.
Let's get ready, let's get ready to rumble.
This will get a lot quicker as time goes on. It will do. Wow, straight out the box. Women's Royal Rumble. Yep. Number 1. The first out is number 1. Wow, that is crazy. Okay, next name out of the hat, so to speak, is...
Ooh.
Is Gurmet Singh from Facebook. And the number for Gurmet Singh is men's Royal Rumble, number 26. Good number there, number 26. What had more winners, I believe? That's 27. 27, okay. Yeah, I think 27's at 3 or 4. Next name out of the hat
I'm not going to do this time.
is Frankie T on Facebook.
D! I was thinking he likes coffee as well.
Not T-E-A. I thought it was Robbie E's name. Men's Royal Rumble, 28. Another good number. Really good.
Well, it's a big show.
Just me saying that? Okay, carry on. You're better with numbers than I am. Next out is
Where's
Tipton on
Scott
Facebook.
gone?
I don't know.
We know that name. Let's have a look. Jamie has got.
Miss Molly Penny.
This is a brother still in the 20s. It's male Royal Rumble, 25.
We're very entertaining for them, aren't we? Hey?
No, sorry guys.
What?
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 On Facebook.
We should do a question.
We're watching you in the other room. Why?
Royal Rumble, it is number 7.
You're watching me in the other room? Yeah.
Right, next
Why?
number out.
We should do a quick question and answer with Periscope and Facebook whilst this is going on.
The only good thing is they can listen to this. So if they were listening to this via
Their
their
okay.
names are on.
Is that it? That's it, yeah. I thought there was more to that name.
Just don't need Kieran singing the Big Show song over the top of it or anything.
XLEY. Men's Royal Rumble.
Who can listen to me? What?
It's 10.
Like people on Facebook could be
Yeah.
listening to the sweepstakes number.
Next name out is Rob Scott, also on Facebook.
They can't hear it.
Yeah, yeah, they can. I mean, to check.
How many more names have you got to draw out, Toast? I'm not counting these. 8. Sybil will keep count, whatever I do. Right, yes. Next one out is
Get cold again.
Nathaniel Forbes on Facebook. And that didn't pick up. And the number is... We've got the Women's Royal Rumble. And it's number
Jerry and
16.
Sleeping
for the
on
Women's
stage.
Royal Rumble. Well done, Nathaniel. Next name out of the hat is Danny Martin Smith, also on Facebook. A lot of men's ones so far, not many women's ones. Well, we're sticking with the trend because it's men's. Number 19. 19.
that scene from Vince McMahon, that
Yeah, the
match.
Yeah.
You just want to see if the stream's working alright.
Number 11.
The stream was the YouTube one.
Yeah, it's fine, it's working, great.
I'll check it out.
And John has a number that's escaping me. Men's Royal Rumble number 20.
I think you can do that though.
Still, if you want to go? Four more in this round of numbers that are coming out.
Sponsored by Monster now.
That's good, we'll take that.
It's at Marty Leo.
When Impact Eurostore finally give us some kind of point of sale to put up, then we might put it up until then.
Yeah,
Marty has got women's Royal Rumble. Women's. Number 18. Okay. Next name out is from Facebook. It's Kevin Walensky. And the number is. Number 24 in the men's rumble.
That was alright actually, we should look like.
Okay. Next name out is from the chat room. It's Drunken Fan. Great name. And Drunken Fan has got women's Royal Rumble. 28. That could be a good number.
That could be a good number.
That could be a good number.
Could be a steer.
I like you with the
30 women as well.
Yeah.
One more draw on this round.
So we're going to do 60 draws.
The last name out on this round is.
After that one, is that?
That's it. We can hand back now.
And David Allen Perrin has women's Royal Rumble. Number 5. Number 5. You never know.
That could be a good one.
You never tell. You could get the most eliminations. You could get first elimination. Well, that's the thing. Most eliminations. We're number 5.
What are you doing?
100% longest time in there.
Could be most eliminations.
You can easily get longest time in at an early number. Who knows? So it is so many
I
options.
think you should take turns just sitting there, just grope your one.
Huh?
You should take turns swapping around and sitting there, and my hand just goes up and just gropes. It's not a no, is it?
Overload.
And we'll be back on Overload with Sybil singing. And Sybil's got an announcement to make as well on Overload, which is very exciting.
Yes, more from me.
More from Sybil. Coming up. Let's get you back to the studio. Let's get you back to the family as they tell more about the Royal Rumble and all the news that's broken this week in World Wrestling.
Psych.
What are you watching on the network this weekend? For just $9.99.
Ready?
Yes.
Hello!
I know that was a bit of a break, but I'm hoping you've heard your name in the sweepstakes and you're happy with the number you got. Because shortly, do you know, actually, I'm going to do it now. I just want to mention what the prizes are. And I'll remind you later. But, so if you guys are in the sweepstakes, this is what you could potentially win for what you get and the numbers you get. So, the male winner, if you get the male winner, you'll get a HBK Mr. WrestleMania DVD, Kurt Angle signed pick, and an Impact beanie hat. If you get the women's winner, you get the True Story of the Royal Rumble DVD, Alpha Female signed pick, and TNA beanie. These are the spot prizes, okay? So if your number gets first eliminated as a male, you'll win the Southside Wrestling DVD. If you get the first eliminated women, you get LPW DVD. If you get longest time as a male, you get Samoa Joe Collection DVD. Longest time for a female, Knockouts Knockdown 2016 DVD. Most eliminations for a male, WWE Top 50 Superstars DVD. And most eliminations women will be 50 years of WWE DVD. So they are all the goodies you could potentially win in the sweepstakes. So I hope you've got in the sweepstakes. I hope you're really happy with your number. If anything, I'm hoping for 24.
Hey, I'm hoping 16.
Every year in the Royal Rumble, I always go, the winner's going to be my lucky number, 24.
Yeah.
And every year it's Jack Swagger.
I go 16.
Even when he's not in the company.
Yeah.
Joe.
Same with me, 16. It's always Gold Dust.
Gold Dust. It's always Gold Dust.
Regardless if he's
Or
in
Jey Uso.
Or Jey Uso.
Anyone else? Any picks numbers wise? You going to pick the number?
21.
Oh, okay.
3.
Okay.
3 is a good number. 3 is where a lot of people debut. But that's the Royal Rumble, and that is later on. For now, we're going to talk about this week in wrestling, because this has been one of the most newsworthy, talked about weeks. We had Raw 25, we had SmackDown, NXT, we had even New Japan today, which I won't spoil. We're going to be this very WWE heavy based on what this is. But New Japan, and then you got the Royal Rumble match tonight. Rumours are abound, injuries are happening, allegations are happening and stuff, and huge brand new viable industries are being made out of Alpha Entertainment, and we'll get to that. So, but first, I think we'll just kick off with as the week goes on. So we'll start with some Raw 25 stuff.
Okay. Love it.
What did you think? I don't think Kieran's seen Raw 25.
I've seen highlights.
Okay. What did you think of the Austin McMahon stuff?
Excellent.
Yeah, definitely.
Proper goosebump stuff.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, all the nostalgia.
What do you think about the fact that Vince could come out to such a cheer?
Yeah.
And within 30 seconds,
He was on
have them with like angry heat.
He was on it.
It was so impressive to see. It was kind of like a lesson to all the guys backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
Definitely a masterclass in promo.
Excellent.
One right there.
There's something about Austin. I think he's one of those people. I know we get a lot of people that come back and go away, but he's someone that still to this day, when that music hits, I'm excited. I think one of the biggest reactions when you're at a wrestling show and you naturally react to something.
Uh-huh.
It's like something happens and you can't even
Yeah,
control
I know all about that.
Like the Hardy Boys situation this year. I did that at
32. No.
Or 30.
30.
Was it 30?
Austin Rock Hogan.
Yeah, was that the year that Austin wasn't supposed to be there? Like he wasn't scheduled to be there.
Yeah.
And his music hit. That gave me that in person.
Yeah.
He did it at 32 as well. Obviously,
Yeah.
when he got physical with Sean and that. But yeah, he had 30. What do you think of what Kieran said?
Was it the one where he came down on the quad bike? What was that?
Oh, that was ages ago.
That was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That one did it for me.
But he was announced for that as well.
Yeah, but just that.
So,
that
special
moment.
ref for Jack Swagger, number 24. Big TBA fan. Big TBA fan.
Yeah.
What
Bye,
Felicia,
Felicia.
how good did Stone Cold look?
Looked
Oh,
amazing.
incredible shape.
He's looked gorgeous.
Yeah. Not as gorgeous as Drew McIntyre.
No.
No.
Stunning.
He did, no, honestly.
Stunning
It was
Steve.
actually like, I was taken aback.
Yeah.
The man's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? With the look, with the bald head and the goatee, and he's quite like, he's 260, muscular 52-year-old.
He's the kind of dad we all want to be.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, that guy's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it when I just
Yeah.
saw it. And a lot of people were arguing about the idea that he didn't talk. One of the best promos in the world. He didn't talk. Did he have to?
No.
No. He's spoken about himself.
Yeah, the segment did exactly what the segment was do. It was on the button. As soon as it started, we went, Austin, this is Austin's bit.
Yeah.
But that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I said before, you go watch a rom-com. You want it to end nice.
Yeah.
We know where it's going.
Yeah.
It's about how we get there.
Yeah.
And enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
That was a perfect example. That segment was 20 minutes, 25 minutes, like it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was just chuffed the whole time.
He did all his talking with Mike backstage on WWE.com.
That's like you should source out if you hasn't seen that. Is he did a backstage promo with Mike Rome, and that is
I've
Stone
seen
Cold. That is a masterclass in just believing
A
what
lot.
you're saying.
A lot of people saying that's one of the best promos they've heard in like 10, 15 years.
50 years.
Yeah, 50.
What did you think, Liz? Because you're not like you obviously weren't watching wrestling when Austin was prevalent. Since you've been watching wrestling, you've seen Austin probably 3 times, which is crazy to think. Because that's what I like about him is he's not like The Rock and some of these other guys. He's only back every couple of years, so when it does happen, it has so much impact. So what did you feel?
Yeah, I was going to say that exact thing. It has so much more of an impact because you don't see him at like every other event or special occasion. And I think it was good. I think if you watch it logically, it doesn't necessarily make too much sense.
What doesn't?
Why Shane got back up and accepted a beer from him when it had already been like...
It's so he could spit it out.
Yeah, well there you go.
Yeah, the
Wrestling logic.
There's no logic in wrestling.
But yeah, it's very good if you watch it without that logical
roast into glass.
As someone though that wasn't necessarily like watching and like absorbing the whole Austin era, when you see something like that, when you watched it with us we watch on a Tuesday, so we watch it as if it's live. No spoilers.
Yeah.
when that music hits and you hear that reaction and you see the whole thing play out, can you appreciate?
Yeah.
When you watch that, even though you haven't got that nostalgia,
Yeah.
can you watch that with that reaction, the volume of the reaction?
I was gonna say it's the reaction of like everybody there. You guys obviously react quite a lot, and so you know it's
It means
special.
something,
You know
yeah.
it means something, and you know that you're watching something nostalgic, even
That's
though it's not necessarily massively nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
and it made me smile.
Mm.
Something I'm interested in is, because you don't know the history of Stone Cold, you didn't see the emergence, but you do know where the emergence came from because you've seen obviously
I've seen a lot.
It's
in
hard to-
respect of,
on
like,
network they show
yeah.
so much Austin stuff,
Yeah.
but like seeing him as a brand new entity when you see Stone Cold and you hear him talk and stuff, can you see why he was so popular?
Yes.
Like you can see the talent.
Yeah.
Is it one of those situations where like it's not a situation where WWE just tell people you're going to make it?
Mm.
Some
Oh,
people
no.
are just
Yeah.
playing better,
Yeah.
or they get it, or they have something about it. Like we're going to talk about it in a second. But Johnny Gargano, for example,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the best babyface in the world currently to me.
Yes.
You know, I think Okada's up there, but like I don't know what makes someone that likable
Yeah.
across the board. You know, like when he comes out, everyone just feels like a deep thing. I'm going to go off on it about his selling later, but you know, but someone like that, like, is just. Why do certain people get it? Like Austin, you believe it. Like
Yeah.
it's like when people say like when you do a promo, talk in your real voice.
Yeah.
It's like but it's not enough. But Stone Cold, when he does his podcast and he just talks in his real voice,
Yeah.
amazing
Well, like
because he's just naturally like got that charisma, or that voice. Or
Like I've said, my favourite Stone Cold podcast episodes are the ones where he just
Brussels a fly.
Well, not just that. The ones where he talks about the day he's had with his wife.
Yeah,
like,
he's talking about how many shower gels there are.
yeah, he's talked about walking around the shop and what he did that day, and you sit there listening to it for like an
So
hour.
entertaining.
The time he got gasoline. That was the
Yeah,
most entertaining
yeah,
story.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the rest of the fly is somewhere. He did 60 minutes on how to work a fly.
Yeah,
And you're shooting him off the ropes and he's
Yeah.
nice.
yeah.
Alright, I'm going to stop because I'm going to laugh. Something else. So as we're talking Raw 25, is there anything that stood out to you? So for me was maybe the Click Club,
Yes.
X-Pac's eyes, Billy Gunn's shape,
Four.
Finn.
Yeah. Just in general.
Yeah, and then how they used the revival.
Yeah.
Did you feel that was a situation like the Ascension always end up in, or how Heath Slater tends to end up in, where you just feel like, oh man, they actually did that to them? Or do you think it didn't damage them like it usually does?
Yeah, I don't. When they came out, like we were speculating about them coming out beforehand, and we were worried it was going to be another Ascension deal. Which I think beforehand something happened with the Ascension where it kind of spelled the downfall of them. When
Yeah,
they
it got beaten up by all the old times.
I feel like they were just put in a really good situation.
I
Personally,
think they loved it. I don't know if anyone listened to X-Pac did an interview and he
Yeah.
talked about it. And he said they got cut for time. Because
Oh, really?
apparently the revival had a lot of good back and forth stuff to come out with. So, you know, DX come out, they do their shtick, which is always good to see DX. I love the Manhattan set, we'll talk about it in a second. And then the club was supposed to come out, that was cool. Then the revival was supposed to come out and do a bit of back and forth. And apparently they had a lot of good stuff there, but they had to cut that for time. So when they got out there, they went straight into the match, which kind of made no sense because we didn't know why they were doing a match.
Yeah.
Then they lost very quickly because of time.
Yeah.
Apparently they were just made up though about taking all the finishes.
I can imagine, yeah.
They were just like, you would be, wouldn't you? Like, I think if you're in that situation, you're not thinking, oh, I'm being buried, or
No.
you're not worrying about those things. You're thinking, I'm getting paid to take a super kick from Shawn Michaels in the Manhattan Center.
Yeah. And probably one of the
You paid 50 grand for that.
Some people do.
Some people do.
I think it's also
Rosenberg.
It's also one of those.
That's a rumor.
It's also one of those situations. It's also one of those situations though where you know that most of the eyes are going to be on that segment. Like the fans that are returning back to see the nostalgia are going to be tuning in for the nostalgia segments. So they're going to see the revival. They're going. It is a shame that they got cut for time. Like
that's the shame. Now you know that.
That's the only thing that I would have said is it did feel a little bit like they were being fed to the wolves. But by the sounds of it, if it is because they were cut for time, then that makes sense. Because I can like from the week, I think was it the week before they had the match with E.T. was it Bailey's boyfriend?
Oh no. Yes, it was really good.
Yeah, the indie tag, and they had a really crisp, just perfect tag team match. Like they were working fast, crisp, aggressive. Then they cut a really good promo after that, which does again make sense.
But they said professional wrestling.
Yeah, which again does make sense to why like you would have expected more, and if they work up for time, that does make sense.
It's their first loss as well.
Yeah,
they're old school guys and they're big heels.
Yeah,
so it's perfect.
They get it.
Perfect sense. You do get fed to the wall. The nostalgia acts as a big time.
David Sandow did. I remember at Raw 1000 back in 2012. and he took everyone's finishing DX. He did the exact segment, but they had the cannon and everything out.
Yeah.
It's tough because obviously what happened to stand-up post that would be not a bit of a worry.
Yeah.
But it felt different. I didn't feel as like sometimes you come away deflated, like, oh come on, put them over or something.
Yeah.
But
I think it felt different because you had Balor Club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
and it ended with Finn.
Exactly.
It ended with Finn, and Trips put Finn in the front.
Yeah, it wasn't like.
So I think that's why it felt different, is because they were still putting current talent forward.
Well, everything about it felt different because you're in the Manhattan Center. It's the main event match of the whole show. It's not the main event segment, it's the main event match. It was the last match. And Finn wasn't even in the match. So you had that, like, it was Gallows and Anderson versus the Revival in the main event match of Raw in the Manhattan Center.
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible. And how about that lovely Monday Night Revival t-shirt that Scott Dawson was wearing?
It's nearly as good as the Ico Pro merch.
Nearly.
Kieran, Ico Pro banners everywhere in the Manhattan Center, which was the protein company that Vince owned back in like 93 for like 6 months.
Yeah.
They were selling the merch.
Yeah.
Ico Pro jumpers like from 93 and stuff. I need one.
Yes.
I want a cropped jumper.
Yes.
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 Gut hanging out.
Yes.
Big hairy untanned gut.
That big old Ico Pro belly.
Yeah. Talking about Hansen, what did you think of the look? And shout out to the Bobby Heenan impersonator in the pre-show, dressed as Bobby trying to get into the first Raw. Fair play. What did you think of though, like the fact that the people that paid up to $800 to be in there were disappointed because they got 3 matches apparently in total, which was Broken Matt, Bray. They got the Club and Revival as we just spoke about, and they got, I think it was Lindsay Dorado and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
And that match was apparently 90 seconds.
Okay.
Because the only time they could put a match on was during the adverts, because they were watching it on the screen the rest of Raw.
Yeah.
So that went in just a 90-second advert.
Yeah.
But other than that, they got the Undertaker promo, which we're going to get to, and they got the DX reunion.
Yeah.
After hours, they got Ric Flair, they got Seth Rollins, they got The Miz.
Okay.
So I think you're buying that ticket not to see great matches. No. You're buying that ticket to see. They're the ones who got to see the Undertaker. They're the ones who got to see DX. They got the they got Woken Matt Hardy
against Bray Wyatt.
Woken Matt Hardy was at the first WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The first Raw.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they I think it was more they were paying money like almost like a really
just to be there.
Top level access.
Yeah.
You got to feel that feeling of like, oh, this is like being there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they'd just like, I thought they might put on like quite a few matches prior to when this thing started, just to keep them happy, almost like a house show. But apparently there's a lot of negative chants during the breaks.
Well, this has just been brought up in the chat room. JR and King asleep.
That
photo, were they not? This thing's just a bad timing of the photo.
Yeah, I think they're looking at their phones and stuff or notes.
That's just speculation.
Well, JR said he was like, it's awful that people even think that. He said, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
He's like, I've never fallen asleep. Who do you think we are, though? We don't, we don't just fall asleep or whatever.
I kind of half expected Ms. Roman to be at the Manhattan Center.
Yeah, I thought that would have been cool, but a lot of people said that if you went to Brooklyn, you got Ms. Roman and you also got Stone Cold. So
yeah. You got fair shake either way.
Either way, 600 people got to ever see the one time WWE goes back to Manhattan Center.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying for to be that one of the 600. Like, it's like buying, a classic pop vinyl that there's only 400 made.
Yeah.
You're spending a load of money because you're one of 400.
Yeah.
With the rumours, do you think people deserve refunds?
Refunds?
No.
No, not a chance.
So is that rumour of people wanting to get refunds for their ticket to the Manhattan Centre?
No.
No, unless they advertise someone who didn't, then I could slightly understand it, but it's always subject to change.
Yeah.
You turn up to a house show and you get 2 matches. They never said there was going to be 6.
No,
so
that's ridiculous.
No, there was nothing. Other than them revolting, but do you think Brock Lesnar guy's not going to be at Royal Rumble tonight? No. Do you think Jesus guy in the front row is going to be there with his mum? Yeah, of course he is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Do you think, I really wanted to get it first time. The guy that used to always be in a vest.
Oh, okay.
Fernando. Or
what was his name?
Oh,
we bumped into him.
Yeah.
We bumped into him outside the...
someone brought this up on a podcast this week. I think it was like Edge or Christian, and I can't remember his name, and then...
He worked with WWE for a bit, didn't he?
Vladimir.
Is that his name? Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad.
We bumped into him outside the Toyota Centre in Houston.
Yes, he jitted the vest as well.
He was
jacked. Yeah, he worked for WWE shortly. He actually... not a lot of people didn't know this. He got testicular cancer. And WWE reached out and said, we're going to give you a base rate job to work in the thing to get you through all that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Then let him go again and he carried on doing shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people don't know that. So shout out to WWE. Like, they do a lot of things that people don't like to talk about because it's too positive. Something I want to talk about, the Taker promo. People were very confused by the Taker promo.
Yeah.
I love the very small details of he wasn't wearing the gloves,
Yeah.
or the hat,
Yep.
or the ring jacket.
Yep.
Which
So
is all the stuff that
he left in the ring. When watching it first time through, I thought he lost his way because he got emotional, I think.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to show it. And I
Yeah.
think he lost his way because he was like, and it made me think, is this the end? Is this his way of going, I was doing my last match, I wasn't going to be seen ever again,
Yeah.
but they've asked me to do this. I can see how Sean talks about the arc of his career being perfect.
Yeah.
He could see his arc being, I come back to where I headlined,
Yep.
the first ever Raw,
Yeah.
and basically say, that's the end, and does the pose well. That's what it kind of felt like, and I thought, but then when he said, but for all those people, I've beaten everyone, and for now, they can finally rest in peace.
Mm.
And I was like, that's really weird. It was almost like a retirement speech, because he's kind of saying, but it doesn't make any sense because they've already rested in peace.
Yeah.
He's like, now you can really rest, before you weren't really. It was kind of strange.
Yeah.
But he held his note, and he said, rest in, and then kind of side-eyed everyone.
Mm.
And then waited, and then said, peace. And everyone said it was just a confusing bad promo, he lost his way. I think it was purposely done that way.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be, this is my theory, okay, and you guys like this.
Yeah.
He's an older guy, he's been around forever.
Yeah.
He wants a reason to stay.
Mm.
He needs a reason to be, right?
Yeah.
So he's come out there to almost entice the locker room, it's Mania season, which he always brings up. He's like, look, it's Mania season. He points to the sign, who wants a piece?
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah.
So he's come here and he's gone, I can't do it anymore. People keep beating me. Roman's beating me. Brock's beating me. So he started to bring up all the people he has beaten without mentioning them, quite obviously not mentioning them.
Yeah.
And he was saying, but now you can all rest. Anyone? In? No? Anyone want to come out?
Yeah.
Peace. And he was side-eyeing the entrance as if to say, and it was almost that realization of, oh, I'm not the guy people pick on to make a name for themselves anymore.
Yeah.
I'm past it.
Yeah.
And he was almost like, go on, someone, please, go on. I need something.
Mm.
And then he was that realization of, oh no, which could lead into either the end of it, and that's the end, and that was just a weird end, or he comes up in the Rumble because he's now annoyed.
Yeah.
Because he's
disgruntled.
and he goes after Cena. Or he just comes out and pulls Cena out of the Rumble, something like that. We'll get to that in the Rumble. But what do you guys think of the Taker promo? Or did you kind of think it was weird?
I think before I got a few explanations afterwards, it kind of felt very, I think you said it was the first crossover.
Yes.
And for some reason I thought it wasn't. I thought it was just thrown in amongst just everything.
Bit, no.
It just felt like they threw to the Manhattan Center randomly. Taker done this really quick little confusing promo and then they cut back to the other one and it felt rushed.
What was confusing about it?
It just kind of had a weird vibe to it. But again, at the time I had that feeling, but since then, when I've heard these explanations of what he was wearing and why he was wearing it, Scott explaining that theory.
No worries.
Yeah, and even it was it made more sense. But I think there was an element of, I think he was thrown off because it sounded like he was building up to announcing his retirement, and then the crowd started chanting one more match.
Yeah, it looked like it really hurt him a little bit.
That's when he stalled, because he was about to go into the end bit, and that threw him, because it was
You can read into it for days. It's a really interesting situation. I don't like the fact people that was a reason why they were annoyed. They were like, all we got was an weird Undertaker promo.
Yeah.
No, you weren't going to get a match, were you? You're only going to get a promo or appearance. You got an appearance and a promo.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, isn't that what Undertaker does? He throws people off so you don't know what's going to happen
Yeah,
next.
exactly.
That's a good thing.
Other people that turn up Raw 25, Boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman seems to...
The Boogeyman.
Yeah, but yeah, the Boogeyman. What?
It's the way you say Boogeyman.
Yeah. Well,
Boogeyman.
Yeah, Boogeyman.
Here we go.
Here we go. Boogeyman. So the Boogeyman turns up to Raw, as always. Never was on Raw, but should be on Raw 25, right?
Yeah, like MVP.
Yeah, who at least was on a couple times.
Yeah.
Boogeyman never appeared on Raw.
Did he not? Ever?
The only time he's appeared, Raw 1000.
Okay.
Where there was supposed to be people that had been on Raw.
Yeah.
Raw 25.
Nice.
So that guy just, or as our friend Bruno has done so on Instagram, he would say, does the Boogeyman just live in an outfit? Carry on. It's okay. We sound exactly the same. You're saying the same way as me.
Okay.
Yeah. Other people, how did you like the use of the amount of people that were there?
Yeah.
Did you like them just reeling out the GMs or reeling out the women, reeling out the men? Did you like that, or was it the APA
fact
thing?
That they missed a lot of women.
Okay. Oh wow.
Lita.
Is Lola?
Lita said
Victoria.
she didn't get an invite.
No.
Victoria.
Victoria's a
Molly
weird
Holly.
one. Yeah. Oh, he's really hot.
Yeah,
Yes, his lower lip's trembling a little bit.
Missed a lot of like really talented women that actually put something into the division.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
yeah.
Do you want me to wipe that tear? There's a
Yeah,
tear.
I just thought it was a bit.
you're thinking Candice Michelle, aren't you? Because I popped you at Costa earlier. I think Candice would be in the Rumble, and you went, yeah. And I went, Lorraine. And he went, oh.
Not GoDaddy.
Not GoDaddy.
Not the GoDaddy girl.
No.
No, it's just I like the people that they
The
had
what?
there.
The boop!
The women they had on there were thing. I just think they missed a couple, missed
Yeah.
a few that should have been there.
I agree. It was a weird group because like, even they said, like, I think Kelly Kelly was there. No offense to Kelly Kelly, I think she'd be in the Rumble layer. She does her job very well.
I don't think she was a pioneer in the women's
No,
division.
and they said, like, these are the greatest women in history.
Mm.
It's like, already just people that were available.
Yeah.
Because if we were going to talk greatest, you start talking Victoria. Michelle McCool was there, which is good.
And I think Terry Runnels had a place.
Yeah, I think that was, do you know what, you know when these things happen?
Can I just slide in? C. Twigs has made a really good point. Some of the women who weren't on Raw, do you think it's because they're
Yes.
keeping them as a surprise for the Rumble tonight?
Yes, so then you don't go, oh,
Yeah.
we've just seen them.
Yeah.
I think a couple of them
So
are. I
it's
think, yeah,
a
like Molly
genuine,
Holly.
like, first time seeing.
That's a good shout.
Very good, yeah.
Well,
Shut
that's
us up,
nice.
yeah.
That shout.
But the other thing was, like, yeah, someone like Kelly Kelly, it was just a weird, like, the fact they put it over so highly was kind of that kind of, oh, okay. But the GMs as well was kind of like, oh, is that what you got hold of? But what I was going to say was Terry Runnels one of those few that you don't really see her on these things. Like, there's certain people, like the Boogeyman, like I said, they tend to turn up at all these, like, any old school Raws, things like that. There's certain guys are always there.
Always available.
Then they bring in, like, a Terry Runnels, you go, what? I haven't seen Terry Runnels in legitimately 25
Yeah.
years.
Michelle McCool kind of did that for me.
Yeah.
That was a convention with a few tables down from Terry Runnels, so I was a little rough.
Wow.
You were signing in autographs with her.
At a convention.
Wow.
I was on a table next door to Rory Animal. Had a nice chat.
Oh, of
with
course you were, yeah.
Jeez.
Jesus, you sound so big time.
Jeez.
Can I have your autograph?
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
What about then after that we'll go
Tenner,
get
kid.
the Boogeyman.
Tenner for you, kid.
So anyone else got any other things they noticed from Raw 25? I think that's probably the most
Yeah, the boogeyman was there.
What do you think of the APA situation?
I tell you what was interesting. Edge on his podcast said, "Why did you were in an island or whatever?" And they were like, "You disappointed, you missed." And he said, "Yeah, if they were going to use me in a role like how Austin was used, like in a situation where it's like that," and he said, because I even said this was last week. He said to whoever asked him, I can't remember what it was. He said, "Otherwise, I'm going to end up in the APA segment."
Yeah.
He said that a week before, and he said, so I got a kick when I saw they were doing the APA segment.
Yeah.
That's how predictable it was. Like, oh, this is how we'll get one in. So
I think it's a good tie-in.
I think it's the easiest tie-in, but I think, like we said with Terry Runnels, the APA thing we've seen.
Yeah.
It would have been cooler if, like, it was the Godwins doing like a farm market,
Yeah.
and there was people like the Boogeyman, and everyone came to the farm market.
Yeah, I think the Godwin's farm market's probably a bit past it now. I don't think.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? It'd be something different, like Taz, someone like that. He's
Yeah.
in New York.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he there? Could he be in the Rumble? No, he's got a spinal injury. So, guys, we're going to move on to a very serious type of situation. We're going to talk very little on it. It's the Enzo Amore situation. Yeah. So Enzo this week was suspended and then a few hours later released on allegations of rape from a girl who she was on TMZ. She released it on Twitter. She said that there was a situation where she went to a concert with him. Blah blah blah. The allegations came out. Very quickly, where there was a lot of both sides. So if you've seen online, there's a lot of two sides to this. Where another guy who's friends with the girl, I believe, is called Philomena, who said no, this was different. You know, so it's very tight. And Enzo's released a statement for his lawyers now. It's a really bad situation, obviously, and we have no clue what's going on really. Do you feel like WWE had to do what they did? Because talking of someone who got allegations and actually went through the court system briefly was Rich Swann with his wife. The situation there, which the charges got dropped, and Rich Swann is now being cleared of all charges, and he hasn't been released. He was only suspended the whole time. So what made the difference for Enzo? Is it because he's on thin ice? Is it because he never mentioned, even though he knew since October? What do you guys think?
I think it's the fact that he kept it quiet and the files were charged and he didn't tell the office. So they're thinking, well, what are you trying to hide?
Are you thinking also he's on such thin ice
I don't know the rumours of it yet. Look that way.
He kind of almost admitted to it on the interview with Corey Graves. He was like he very much like went down a certain road where you're like, you really were getting in trouble, weren't you?
Yeah.
So and I like the guy. As far as I know, I enjoyed the character. I think he's done great stuff with 205. 205's cursed.
Yeah, seems that way.
Yeah.
So we've got what? Noam Dar injured.
Yeah.
We've got Enzo with this situation. Neville has got a frozen contract, we believe. So he's not gone or staying at the minute. We need to renegotiate. TJP was a bit of a flop actually in the end. For what they think.
I think he had an injury as well at some point. Quite seriously.
Yeah, and then Hideo obviously has come up, and then you've got the Brian Kendricks injury because of it. You have, what was the other one? The Rich Swann situation with which is now going through the court system. So is 205 cursed, or is it just unlucky? Or do you know what I mean? Like, what would you do to 205 right now? What would you do to change it? Because right now, Danny Bryan started the show this week saying next week, so this Wednesday, you will find out the new GM. Who wasn't a GM before, but a GM for 205.
Okay.
1, who do you think it's going to be? 2, how would you guys book 205 going forward?
I think the guys need to be taken off the road and put in the performance centre.
They are though.
But I think solidly for a good couple of months because...
Well, stop the show completely?
Yeah, because they brought them straight off the indies and, well, the injuries and stuff that's happened, it's just like, bring them down a bit. They're all talented guys, but for WWE TV and stuff, and the pace of it on the indies is different to WWE. It's a different market, and you need to tone it. The amount of stuff they've done on the indies, probably wear and tear on their bodies anyway. Yeah, I know you expect the cruiserweight stuff to be this fast-paced stuff, but do it in a smart way. They need to be schooled in it, I think. Yeah, just get that WWE sort of air around them. Yeah. Like, because, like you say, they were thrown in. It's like being thrown into cold water. Basically, they've gone from indie wrestling to TV wrestling, which is a very big transition. It's different. And touring a lot more often. Yeah, a lot regular. Yeah,
they actually did their first tour last week as well.
Did they?
But it was interesting because they had Matt Hardy and Bray on the show.
Okay.
And Nia and Sasha.
Okay.
So to kind of bolster out the show. But so who do you think is going to be the new GM? I've got a shout that I think it's going to be Rockstar Spud.
Okay.
I like that.
That's a good shout.
What I would do,
friend of the show.
What I would do is get, like you say, a new GM, someone unexpected, someone fresh, and just get people in. I wouldn't cut the division. I wouldn't stop the division. I think they are incredible athletes that do great things and they deserve to be shown.
Okay.
So I think just pack it out, keep going, keep pushing the...
Do you know, it's a really interesting, because if they're not going to do live events regularly, these tours, when you think of a Raw house show, there's the champ. So let's say, as of last week, it was Cedric Alexander v Enzo on the tour for like 3 months, 2 months. The rest of them have to fly to TV, pretty much not get used, then go home and go straight back to NXT. Yeah. But they're not allowed to be used, they're not allowed, but they don't get used on NXT either. Yeah. Like, would they learn, like someone like a Cedric, when you look at the size of him, he's the same as Adam Cole, these guys. Yeah. Could he not have a great run in NXT? Yeah. Like, are they missing the boat with a couple of these guys by having them go straight up? Personally, what I would do is I would offer Pete Dunne a very big contract and I would have him come in and run that division and be full-time on the road with WWE to take Enzo's spot, or if they can get it over the line, get Neville back. Yeah. Because Neville did a great job prior to this. The other person I forgot to mention was Austin Aries. Okay. Was someone who he left. Yeah. So I'm not sure. It's tough. A lot of people believe Aleister Black might be brought up and put into that situation because he is 205 and he's been used there before. Yeah, there is a. Maybe they'll just make Goldust the GM because he's been working with Cedric. True. That's WWE. Yeah. There is a lot they can do with it. There's a lot of people that could fall into that category. Like you say, I'd like to see even like Pete and Tyler. Yeah. Like remove the bracket of the UK thing, like because it's very segmented at the minute. Everyone's in these weird little sections. Yeah. Like you say with the cruiserweights, like they're only doing TV, not necessarily on the road. They're put into these named brackets like the UK ones, like the Tylers, the Petes. They're in. Yeah. It's like starting to promote because like last night, obviously they had Tyler versus Roddy. For you were the number one contender for the UK, and the Goldust now 205. They're kind of integrating. Yeah, they're starting to blend it. I think they need to do that more. But I think, like you say, there is enough talent there to bolster out that division in a quality way. Like if Neville can come back, if Pete and Tyler can get involved. What if William Regal became the GM? That's a good shout. And he made it more like a feeder system for NXT. So he started like every week it was almost different. Like so instead of NXT every week being Mustafa Ali, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, and all these guys, Drew Gulak. it was always ever revolving. So
Yeah.
other than Champ and maybe another couple people that tend to stay,
Yeah.
it's like 1 week could be like Aleister Black, Roddy Strong,
Yeah.
Adam Cole versus Cedric or something,
Mm.
and then next week it might be, you know, because a lot of the guys down there are smaller.
Yeah.
In NXT, when you look at the show, like
Yeah.
there are smaller guys. They're under 205.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say about the 205 thing. Why I don't get why it's called 205. Like, I know it's the weight thing, but there's a
You
number
don't
of
understand what distinguishes the difference between a 205 and an NXT star.
yeah, and there's this weird stigma around 205ers. Like as soon as like you said about Cedric Alexander, someone like him could do amazing things as just like taken out of the 205 segment and put into as a WWE superstar.
As an NXT. So
Yeah, and like, it's like when people say about Aleister Black, they're like, is there a chance Aleister Black could be in 205? And then people suddenly go, oh, I don't really
Yeah.
want him in that. Like, but what is the difference? I don't think it should necessarily be down to weight, because a lot of top superstars like Adam Cole's, like Aleister Black, they're all under 205, or they're around 205,
Uh-huh.
but they're not 205ers. They're actual superstars.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
difference between like a cruiserweight and a heavyweight.
Yeah, I get it if there's a division of guys that are like super athletic. You've got like Mustafa
Like the
Ali.
X division.
Yeah, Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, Lince Dorado. The people that can do these like crazy moves don't necessarily distinguish it as a weight thing. Distinguish it on ability.
Yeah.
Because the 205 thing, there's so many people that are
Fit
205.
into that,
Yeah, that are superstars in their own right, not necessarily classed as 205ers. And I don't get the stigma. that
Do you
comes-
think they should limit what guys do? Like you got a lot, Seth Rollins stuff can do stuff that 205 is
Exactly, yeah.
doing, but on that main event level, so it seems more.
Yes, yes, and I think there is a difference. I think there is a difference between like Mustafa Ali versus Cedric compared to Seth Rollins versus someone else who's high flying in the same match. They're a different kind of match. There's a main event style. There's a 205 style. It's a lot quicker. There's a lot more to it.
I think you could get a whole round table out of the 205.
Oh, you could,
'cause
yeah.
it's sometimes a mess, sometimes really good.
Yeah.
Like the show I was on last night, the sort of the division tournament that I was in
Mm.
was supposed to be this. It's a cruiserweight essentially.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's sort of he was expecting this past, and I didn't really. I'm not saying that I'm a massive heavyweight or anything, but I didn't really fit in the division.
I from knowing you and like watching you wrestle, you're more of the. You're not necessarily a Cedric Alexander, Mustafa
No,
Ali
like,
type.
I can flip and stuff.
Yeah.
But my pace of wrestling is that slower. I think there's this. Unfortunately, cruiserweight and smaller guys have put this on themselves.
Yeah.
This label that we've got to be fast paced and do all of these moves. And
Yes.
stuff. It's sort of a product of their own thing.
Yeah, and I get the WWE wants to harness that PWG style, that Japanese style, that faster paced wrestling by doing the 205.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a weird way of putting it, like calling it 205.
I think it's never really worked when they've tried to do it from the outside coming in to WWE.
Yeah.
It's never come across on TV well.
No.
When they used to do the Lucha Libre and the Japanese guys coming in on the pay-per-views that they used to do in the 90s,
Yeah.
that never really worked.
Yeah.
But when they had Taka and Brian Christopher and people like that
Yeah.
doing that division, it was toned down
Yes.
in their own product, so
Yes.
it was a lot different,
Yeah.
and that worked,
Yeah.
which I think they need to do with 205.
Yes. Yeah.
Talking of things that potentially didn't work in the 90s but are still happening now is the XFL.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, this week, the WWE, well, actually, scratch that, not the WWE. Vince McMahon did a press conference with Alpha Entertainment. We predicted it was probably going to be the XFL reboot. It looks like the XFL is coming back in 2020. It's going to have 8 teams with a semi-final and a final for the championship game.
Yep.
It's going to be not so much a spring league, but more like January, February, March, which is interesting because that's kind of head-to-head with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
February.
Yeah.
He felt Vince's opinion on the matter is he wants a faster paced,
Yeah.
less nonsense, no political views. He made a point of that.
Yeah.
Because they asked about will Trump be involved. He said, I don't care. I don't want anything. No, everyone will have to abide by the same rules.
Yeah.
And he said we will not be. No one with a criminal record will play.
Okay.
It'll only be people that they feel are good people.
Yeah.
It could work. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm an NFL fan.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like Roger Goodell, who is basically the owner of the NFL.
Yeah.
He's made a lot of bizarre decisions, things like that, and obviously with this, the last few years with the kneeling during the national anthems, there's been a lot of unrest, and then with the CTE issues with the head, a lot of people felt uncomfortable even watching football.
Yeah.
So Vince he's like he said, we want it to be as safe as possible, but at the end of the day, it's football.
Yeah.
So you can only protect people as much as you can protect. It's not going to be like the XFL, which originally was you were rewarded for big hits. Instead of a kickoff, it was just a scramble to the middle of the pitch, stuff like that. It seems that it's more or less just going to be an NFL, but a quicker paced.
It's basically like it's the equivalent of if Vince watches NFL and he makes a list of all the things he would do if he had an NFL.
Yeah, and people don't give credit to XFL. They come up with a lot of the shots the NFL use now, some of the rulings that they use. Like, there's a lot of good that came out of it that people don't tend to talk about. But I think he almost sees it like similar to rugby league and rugby union. You can talk on that.
Yeah.
Is it's a kind of a quicker paced game. I know there's less men, but I mean, as opposed to like a long form, he's looking to make a short. He said it would be about 2 hours. Interestingly, a lot of people popped for it. He said no one wants to watch anything for 3 hours, which everyone got a very good laugh out of.
Yeah. I like the idea, and I think he's picked a fantastic, no better time to
I agree.
bring it up, launch it. I think this time around, I think I can see it being a huge success.
I think it'd be a huge success. I don't think it will compete with the NFL because I think the NFL's, it's like if someone made a six-side league in this country, it was never going to compete with the Premier League, but it might draw big numbers.
Yeah.
And it's also more places to work. Part of the contracts will be that players will have incentives, so they get paid not very small, but a smaller downside. Yeah. And if you win a lot more money, so there's more incentives, so be people playing harder. Yeah. Because they want to play for the money. In retrospect, it kind of looks like a good idea. Yeah. I can see a lot of pitfalls. The reason we're doing it in 2020 is because we have 2 years to build it, to think about it, and like he said, we haven't even got the cities down, no players. There's a lot, and he said he wants to fine tune. He wants to hear from the people. I, for one, can't wait to play middle linebacker. I've already suggested to be one of the kickers because I can hit a 60-yarder under pressure.
I've seen it. And
it's extremely easy for me, so feel free to pay me a lot of money to kick for the Seattle Scarecrows.
On that note, I'm glad you said that. Is there any news on the teams yet? And who?
No, nothing.
Okay, nothing at all.
No, Johnny Manziel mentioned he wanted to play, but then it was kind of, he has a criminal record. But then there's people like Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. Tim Tebow. Yeah, yeah. There's some NFL guys, and there's Pat McAfee, who was the kicker for the Colts.
Oh yeah.
He works for Barstool News now. Yeah. He's a big wrestling fan, and I think he's already interested. Yeah. Kieran, what's happening?
No,
nothing. Oh, okay.
Because I was going to say, because we had this conversation in a WhatsApp group, didn't we? That we're going to pick a team that we all...
Yeah, we all have to agree on the team.
So we can all just... Because we all have different NFL teams at the minute.
The Tennessee Trash Cans.
The Tennessee Trash Cans. I'm looking forward to that process, though, of these teams.
I hope it's states, not cities.
Yeah, I want to see these teams announced, and I want to see what we come down with as a team. And when that does happen, I want everyone listening to do the same. Yeah. I want to hear who they go with.
In your original XFL, you could choose anything to go on the back of your jersey. You didn't choose your name. Yeah. You could have anything. So we could have, like... the brothers, or you could have by Kickbait. Whatever your Kieran, what would your name be on the back of your
Wab?
Okay, Lizzie.
Lizzie does.
Okay.
Joey Orr.
I'd have Stop Chasing Me. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, if you're reading this, you're too close.
There you go. Yeah. Another. We're about to move into the review of NXT, which was last night. Now be the point where if you haven't watched it, you have to leave the room, Kieran. But before that, I just want to send good vibes towards one of the Bollywood boys who tore his ACL getting out of the ring, obviously, a couple of weeks ago. Ouch. And it was an ACL injury. He's had it before. He's much older than the other one. He seems to be very down about it. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I understand. But hopefully he'll be back. And that area that he's working in there with his brother is still there. In could be a year's time.
Hope so.
And unfortunately for him, because obviously with Mania around the corner, he was obviously Jindal's probably going to end up in some kind of match where they're going to get involved. Yeah. They haven't been at a Mania. So, unfortunate, but there'll be more years, I'm hoping.
Bad time of year to get it.
But yeah, so this is the point where we're going to move into a little bit of prediction league. We are going to quickly review NXT from last night in Philly.
Yeah.
Lissy.
Can I just jump in? Cannon just cracked me up. She wanted to name the teams. Sorry, I'm just trying to scroll up.
That's a good idea.
Louisiana Ladders, Chicago Chairs, and Tennessee Tables.
Ah, there we go.
Wrestling. I thought that was amazing.
Wrestling-based parties for the XFL. I like it. Vince said there'll be no crossover as well.
Okay.
Whereas last time you had The Rock introducing
Jim Ross was
Lily Garcia was singing it every game.
Yeah.
So that Bray Wyatt said he'd play for anything that's New Orleans based.
Wow.
Me too.
Yeah, me three. That'll be our team. So guys, this is the review of NXT. So we'll probably talk. We'll keep this short because we've got the Rumble to get to, we've got the sweepstakes to get to. So They added a match late doors. It was the Velveteen Dream and Cassius Ohno.
Oh no!
I think everyone agreed that they were just glad Ohno finally got an opportunity to actually go ham, and actually have a match.
Yeah.
But it's all about the Velveteen Dream at this point.
All about the dream.
I think there's no one that's down on this character.
No.
The fact that he morphs, like, you know, he started moving like Aleister Black last time, that build-up being one of the best build-ups I've seen. And then this one with no build-up, he's now managed to make this match mean something. He's the knockout artist. He's saying he's the knockout artist.
Yeah.
He's now wearing the boxing tights. He's got the airbrushes on him. He has his own gum shield that's delivered on a pillow.
Yes.
And he said he'd knock him out within 30 seconds. And then he did, nearly.
Nearly.
And then he got too cocky and lost his mouth.
Yeah.
But unbelievable stuff. Character work. You know, I think the match was okay. I think it was okay to good, maybe in my opinion. Like, I'm sure some people might have thought it was great, but some people might have thought it was bad. But opinion-wise, I think it was just an okay match.
Yeah.
But it just enhanced Velveteen Dream that a little bit more.
Yes.
I haven't seen the main event, but for me, Velveteen Dream stole the show.
Yeah.
A whole lot. Yeah. D-R-E-A-M. Velveteen
There it is.
I'd take him in the Rumble.
Yes.
Very much.
That would get a reaction.
So the next match was the... Oh, wait, we're not doing this in order, actually. But the tag match, which was AOP going for the tag titles against... Not like AOP.
No.
Oh, you don't? Oh, okay.
No, I like AOP. I didn't feel this match.
No?
They were against Undisputed Era.
Yes.
Kyle O'Reilly. Lizzie's doing the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, she is.
I've got a problem
And
with
Bobby
them.
Fish.
I don't know what it is. Can't put my finger on it. Don't like them.
Do you know what?
I've got a problem. I don't know. Bobby Fish on the singles I could get on.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. Before they came to WWE or NXT, I was a fan of them all individually. You know, in their stuff they were doing in Ring of Honor, those places. When they came to WWE, we've kind of we lose track of NXT here and there, so we don't necessarily see it week to week at the minute.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite on board with the situation, the Undisputed Era thing. Like, even though I like all three, I wasn't quite getting on board with what they were doing in NXT. It's taken time, but this event, for some reason, on all bases, did it for me. Like, it got me over that edge.
Everything clicked.
Yes, to the point where I'm wearing yellow and black today, just based purely on the fact that...
Pittsburgh Steve. Oh.
I
was wrong.
Yeah, no.
Hufflepuff.
No.
Muggle blood.
No.
Half mug.
Not a thing.
No.
Continue.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, and I like. I think I said earlier, it's AOP are an interesting two cats.
Yes.
Because they're big guys. I think a lot of people say, "Oh, they're just labouring big guys that they brought in from elsewhere." They're rookie. They've only been doing this legit from training like scratch for like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
They've now headlined. I think it was 2 or 3 takeovers, and they've stolen the show at 2 or 3 takeovers.
Yeah.
And they are just repping out. Like I said earlier, you could put their CV or great matches up against things like the New Day.
Yeah.
Potentially Usos had good ones.
Yeah.
Wyatt, Breezango. They've had some of the best. Potentially the Revival.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If Revival have had 3 or 4 great matches.
Yeah.
AOP have had 3 or 4 great matches.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That albeit they're in there with very talented guys.
Yeah.
But even the way they did the finish at the end and then when their knees buckled, they're doing little things that are things that people do after years, So they really get it, and I'm really interested. I think they'll be up soon.
It was interesting to watch him working as babyface as well.
Yeah.
Working a comeback.
Yeah.
Tax says Kyle O'Reilly is so bland, don't get the love for the Era trio, but particularly O'Reilly. Razor was the star of the match.
Oh, not even 8.
Wow, very
Went for
specific.
Razor.
Very specific.
Razor.
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 Okay.
Wow.
What else about
Brother. He's an Albanian brother.
Do you think NXT are saturating the like factions, the trios?
Yeah, they have got 2 now.
Yeah, but no.
I agree. It's too many, isn't it?
Maybe they need a touch of wab.
Yeah.
Wab.
Yeah, Kieran, don't kill our market.
Yeah, that's our market, Kieran. What are you doing? No, there's no oversaturation to a
They
trap.
need more. They need one more.
I think that's what's doing it. Adam Cole doesn't need the other 2.
No, yeah,
It's winding me
Yeah,
up.
I get it.
He's winding you up.
Yeah, it's winding me up.
Wow.
That's why I don't
like
watch it.
It's a shock to the
Oh, he's a friend. Okay. So the another match was Shayna Baszler going. I should start saying the names right. Versus Ember Moon. So for the NXT Championship, I must admit I like the idea of Shayna Baszler,
Yeah.
and I thought I like it. It's different, and I thought the build up to Mae Young Classic final was good.
Yeah.
I thought the final. I thought, oh, she's not been doing this long.
No.
And you could see Kari. It was kind of like,
Yeah.
I must admit, I haven't seen much of the build up to this, but I saw the VT.
Yeah.
And I thought, they're building this nicely. That thing she does on Dakota Kai, when
The
she
arm.
treads on the arm,
Yeah.
that is good.
Nasty.
That is good. Now it's safe,
Yeah.
clearly, but you have to do it with the right people.
Yeah.
Then the match happened.
Mm.
She's potentially in my top 3 like stars of the night.
Yeah.
I was so impressed with it. It's so different, it's so original.
Very
She's
interesting.
genuinely scary. There's
Yeah.
no redeeming qualities about her,
No.
which is exactly what you want.
Yeah.
She had that like smart crowd who could easily cheer a girl like her.
Yeah.
Booing.
Yeah.
Bad for her by the end.
Yeah.
Emma obviously played her part perfectly. I thought she sold great. The way she was screaming that, I thought it made Shane look even worse.
Yeah.
But then she did the tread on the arm to Emma, and I thought, I didn't do it that well. But then the replay looked
The replay
like the
looked
worst thing
very
I'd ever
good.
seen.
Yeah.
But no, I was very impressed with Shane.
Well, Ember even does a good job with the replay. You see the facial she pulls when she stamps on the arm is spot on.
Yeah.
But she plays that no-nonsense role in such a good, natural way. It's not forced. Everything about her, you can tell she just doesn't care. Like, she just wants to win.
She's got no redeeming qualities.
She's got the Brock Lesnar
yeah,
vibe.
very much.
Like, where she doesn't care about how she looks, how she comes across.
Yeah.
She's not bothered about appearance. She just wants to crack on and get the job done.
Yeah.
And it comes across that way. And I was even thinking it, I didn't bring it up last night, but when she was walking to the gorilla from the backstage area,
Oh, yeah.
there was such a, like, because it's intimidating. WWE is an intimidating place for anyone. And, like, even for us three, like, talking as
Superstars! Hell yeah.
The idea of WWE is
No,
very
no.
intimidating. It's quite scary. But to see her doing that walk, she looks so comfortable. Like, there's a
legitimacy about her.
There's a natural legitimacy and a comfort to... She's just getting the job done. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that comes from some of these... I don't know if she was in the UFC, was she?
Yeah, top 10.
Yeah.
She was in the UFC. I wasn't sure if she was MMA or UFC.
Top 10.
But
Hell of a
someone,
losing streak at the end, but top 10.
for someone who's been to the UFC, how legit that is,
Yeah.
how scary that is,
Yeah.
the situations you're put in. When you go to WWE, all of a sudden it seems like a breeze. Like,
yeah, it's a different vibe.
from that situation you were in before, where you're going into a
the
cage,
Lions Den, the genuine
Yeah.
Lions Den. Yeah.
where bad things can happen.
Yeah.
I like the natural comfort that comes from these
Definitely.
UFC people.
See, I am scared of her,
Mm.
which is obviously a
Fair.
good thing, like for her gimmick and whatnot. And I think she's brilliant when she's on the attack,
Yeah.
but genuinely cannot watch when she's not on the attack.
Yeah, you said that last night.
Yeah, I
A
struggle.
bit Terminator,
I
isn't
think
she?
that,
She's a bit like up and go. Like,
yeah,
I think that will come with time, when it, Kieran? What did the vet say? Is that a time thing?
What, the art of selling? Yeah, she'll get it once.
I thought you might refer to yourself as the artist.
The artist.
Do you not think that maybe there's a chance that that's done purposely?
I think they might be telling her to not sell.
Yeah.
Which just sounds
I-
weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like something that they might be saying.
I see what you mean, but there's something so unnatural about what
Yeah.
she's doing at the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
But when she's on the attack,
Yeah.
She's great.
it's so natural,
Palm
and
strikes
it's
and
so
stuff is
like
so different.
everything, like even the small little things that she does, when
Yeah.
the small little ground and pounds that she does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks
You
really.
it looks real, obviously,
Yeah.
because she's done it real life.
And
Yeah.
she's legit. Yeah.
Yeah, but on the other side of it, when she's not on the attack,
Yeah, I see.
I
The holes,
don't
the
get
gaps.
it. Yeah.
No,
Do you think there's a chance though that WWE are thinking about that already, in the sense that people have watched her fight on UFC?
they're worried that she's
And-
like, yeah.
And when you're in a UFC fight, you don't necessarily
You
sell.
don't. You
No, well,
do
you
the opposite.
don't.
You're
You
taught
You
not
don't
to
want
sell.
to tell,
Yeah.
yeah.
So do you think WWE are thinking, if we put her in this ring, people have watched her in her career not sell stuff? Like in a fight, when she's getting hit in the face, she's purposely
Pro
trying.
wrestling.
It's pro
It's
wrestling.
different.
But
No.
are they thinking deeper though?
No,
Are they
no.
thinking?
I think if anything, they'll say what you just said as a cover up for the fact that she can't do it.
Yeah, or they said to her, "Don't sell."
Yeah,
And the way she's selling is how someone who's done it 2 years
yeah,
interprets Terminator sell.
yeah.
Don't need another Terminator.
No, you don't, because Asuka's done it for so long, and Asuka
But
sold.
Asuka,
sold
Asuka
everything.
sells.
But what I mean is, like, when someone's not done something very long and they say to them, "Don't sell as much," she's gone from 0 to 100 of no sell.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone who's been doing it like maybe 15 years, when they say don't sell, they'll still sell, but they'll know a certain way, like slight sells.
There's a
like
way of
slight
doing it,
yeah.
I was only throwing it out there as a suggestion.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like,
you know,
They'd be scared to do it again.
Her building up to this from the Mae Young Classic and that, I wasn't a fan of her at all.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was going to work, but last night she won me over a little bit.
Yeah,
thought
I
she did
agree.
very well.
very good.
Definitely. Someone else who always wins me over is the gorgeous Adam Cole, and he was up against Aleister Black.
Baby!
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Adam Cole, similar to the Undisputed Era in general, I like the idea of them, but when in reality, I'm like,
Yeah.
whereas like as Joe said, it all clicked.
Yeah.
I was like, I like this.
Last night, sorry.
Adam Cole particularly. I've always loved Adam Cole. but I've never really watched many of his matches like bell to bell.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I just like Adam Cole.
Kind of Roderick Strong's a bit like that.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Roderick Strong.
Yeah, whereas like with Adam, like I learned last night, it's the facials, the stuff we enjoy, the facials, the entertainment, the story, the little subtleties. Like he got on the apron, he did his pose, he looked at Aleister Black, he was just staring forward, and he just did a slight like shaking his head like, ugh, like nice guy, and then just carried on with his whole deal. And then and even later on when he got the chairs, they both roll in with the kendo sticks shortly after.
Yeah.
And Aleister Black throws it down, and he just starts laughing.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're so stupid," and he just misses with everything, and ends up getting at. And obviously, he got cut to the hand, quite bad. Crowds don't boo when people are trying to get tended to because it's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be like here today. Could have been his wrist. So you know, just keep that in mind, eh, Philly? You know, great fans there in Philly. I hate you, Philadelphia Eagles. The worst fans in the planet. Nikki Bella supports him, so I'll take that back. And Tom, who I think is the best commentator in any sport ever.
Yes, true.
I just find him hilarious. Oh, Big E's throwing pancakes at me. This is outrageous. He says stuff like that. It's like Family Guy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But he took some nasty spills in his Adam. The one onto the back of the chairs.
Yes.
You have to go check this out. It's crazy. And there's a lot of memes going around of Homer when he's laying over the fire hydrant in Simpsons.
That's such a stupid bump to take.
Yeah, you kind of you want feet and lower back like a backbreaker. You'd want that landing, but he lands full like if I gave you a backbreaker.
That's how Sean did on the.
Yes, that's what I thought at the time. I was like, that's one of those things that literally in 2 days' time could be like, oh, Adam Cole can't wrestle today.
Since he got to NXT, he's been very much involved in chaos.
His 2 takeover matches were a War Games match and an Extreme Rules.
It seems like he's involved in chaos. It's a real shock to the system.
Yeah. Well done. And then we on to the main event. Kieran, do you want to shut your ears or are you going to listen?
Nah, I'm going to switch off for this one.
Are you actually? Oh, okay.
Kieran is leaving the room, guys.
Oh, you know what? I appreciate that.
Kieran, come back in about 2 minutes.
I do appreciate that. Yeah, a real life spoiler alert.
So the main event, guys, was Cien Almas versus Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
What do you say about that?
Wow.
It was something to behold. They've already had a great takeover match. But now you put them in the main event. Johnny's family in there. Something Johnny does, there's an aura around Johnny that is just too much. It's Sami Zayn in NXT. It's Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
He's so likeable. You want him to do well. And every little mannerism, the way he gets in the ring, he looks at the crowd and he goes, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, he says it to he looks at the camera. You know, he goes on the top row, he licks his fingers, goes on the top row. He stares down at his family. And he doesn't like over, oh my god, you're here. No. He doesn't ignore him. He just kind of...
It's real.
Yeah, it's that kind of like...
You can feel it. Like you said when he came out last night, you said, none of this is lost on Johnny.
No, it's not. All of this is not getting... All being... Remember, he had to remember this match we're about to watch.
Wow.
And he's making these little bits count, where he's looking at his family and he's kind of... He's laughing to himself, but not... It's so subtle.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then talk about subtleties throughout the whole match.
Yeah.
Of just the sell. How much did you believe at the end of that he was not going to sleep right tonight? How much did you think that he was going to walk backstage and he was groggy still?
Yeah. There was, I think...
Because he has you believing that.
Yeah, I can't remember what commentator used to always use the same statement. It might have been Jim Ross, where he said that when certain wrestlers were in a match would do the same thing and you genuinely felt like they left a part of them in there. Like,
yeah, I felt that. I felt like, oh god, I will never be the same after that.
Yeah, you felt like it's taken a real toll on the rest of it.
Yeah, he's done that match behind closed doors in front of 50 people.
Yeah.
30 times in the last 20 years.
It's incredible. To be able to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah. But we said it with Gargano and Ciampa. The DIY stuff with Revival and NOAP, that was like, there's good matches. There's matches you could go watch anywhere. This is how good independent wrestling is. There's so many good matches everywhere. You can go watch them. They mean not much.
Yeah.
It's just great matches.
There's no
great
story.
Entertainment.
There's no back.
Then there's these ones that like Shawn would do with The Undertaker. You know how we used to say like Shawn working Taker and he's doing you got to finish me, and they're doing this little story inside this match. Ciampa and Gargano did it in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
They did it in their tag matches. Johnny's now doing it like week to week on NXT.
Yeah.
Like Sammy started to do it at the end of NXT.
Yeah.
To the point where last night the story he was telling with the family there and the ups and the downs we went on, the way he was out of it.
Yeah.
The selling and everything. It's like, every time he wrestles, he's like, oh, he can't keep doing this.
No.
But he can.
Yes.
He's wrestling. Like, he's that good.
He's Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah, you believe everything he's doing is, like, taking a toll.
Yeah.
And there are big bumps in there and stuff. But he is telling such crazy level stories now. He's on that different level That's why he's in the main event.
Yeah.
Like Triple H said in the thing with Kathy Kelly afterwards, he said Johnny doesn't know how small he is.
No. Yeah.
He really, real life, doesn't realise how small he is.
Yes. Yes.
He doesn't see it as like, oh, really? Is there a problem?
Yeah.
But and on top of that, I don't even want to. Velina Vega was fantastic
Yep.
at the ringside. And Cien.
Cien's.
This can't be lost on Cien because
No.
that guy was going nowhere. Like even Triple H said, he was basically came in as a lot of hype, failed.
Yes.
And he's brought himself back up from the beginning.
Yeah.
And he's got it working.
Yes.
Like he's got that working. But I could do a round table on how Johnny Gargano in that main event. Go watch it if you haven't seen it.
Well, I think if you went back and listened to numerous episodes of this show, the amount of times that we've discussed, I think on our first ever show, you had a thing, just to shout a callback to our first ever show, you making fun of Ciampa's name.
I did, yeah. I kept saying Ciampa.
That's how far this goes back. But the amount of shows where we've discussed at length how good Ciampa versus Gargano is, how good Ciampa and Gargano as a tag team are, how good their matches
Now
have
what
been,
they're doing now.
how like the breakup. I mean, Lissy was almost in tears last
She
night.
can't handle the DIY stuff. Like she couldn't even watch last night either because obviously Ciampa will returned. Even the way he's dressed,
Yeah.
there's subtleties to it that
Yeah.
aren't like just like wrestler thing. Like
No.
he's in gear and he hits him with a crutch or something. There's levels to it.
There's realism.
But you know, we'll move on because obviously we're running out of time.
Yeah,
We still
I
got to
know.
do a sweepstakes, guys.
Rumble's starting.
We still got to do Rumble.
Rumble's starting.
So guys, on that we have some big news as Kieran enters the room. Kieran, this is the big news.
Okay.
This is Kieran, Joe, myself, and Dan. This week, this Wednesday, are gonna go and sit face to face with the brass of Impact.
Wow.
We are going to have a face to face with Ed Nordholm, Scott D'Amore, I don't know why I'm messing these up, and Don Callis. And we want your questions for when we go face to face with them this week. I'll remind you at the end to do that. But we are sitting down face to face with the brass of Impact.
That is big.
It's big.
That's big.
Weekend at Brucey's, Impact,
Wow.
TWS, Impact.
Wow.
What could happen?
James Daniels Impact.
Yeah, book James Daniel. But guys, that is the big news. We are doing that. We'll remind you at the end in case you missed it. We sit this Wednesday. We're going to London.
Meeting.
Big
things.
Hey.
Going to London.
To get my
Heat magazine.
And
That's
this,
what I have in my head as
I don't know
well.
what that is. I think this must be Jordan or someone. And this is the point where I'll say to you that we are, as always, sponsored by ImpactEurostore.com. But here's a bit of trivia right before the break. And after the break, we were going to get straight into the Royal Rumble stuff and the sweepstakes. But the last bit of trivia before the break is, who was the first wrestler eliminated in the first ever Royal Rumble match? Who was the first wrestler eliminated in the first ever Royal Rumble? We'll see you after the break.
Damn it, this was only put up the other day.
Scott,
Yeah.
can you tell me the answers what
Is
they
it?
are? Obviously put it out.
David Brown.
Okay,
I just realised I didn't give the
that's fine.
prediction league for the NXT.
Oh, what, the result?
Yeah.
That's it.
We still got 10-minute sweepstakes.
Yeah, I know.
at
I
Rumble.
know, we need to get
This is going to be like 20 past 9.
we just need to crack on.
No chance! Guys, get some more.
Can you get me some as well, please?
You got to cut that.
No, until that one. Yeah, I will find you.
And I will kill you.
That's great news. TWS Radio.
That's the way he comes in on that. He's like, I will find you. He's like, that's great news.
What's that? Is that right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Joe?
Huh?
No, that's right. I know
Was
that.
he known as the natural?
I don't.
Scott, was he known
Yes,
as the
I
natural?
think so.
Okay.
Have you missed an episode of TWS? Or are you
Thank you.
able to join us live? If that's the case, then subscribe to the show on iTunes. Just search Total Wrestling Show and you will have access to our entire
The Rumble is it's mainly the Rumble matches we'll be talking
on
about.
the
So.
road and of course live show
Not that many matches, are there?
9.
Don't forget to leave us a review.
We need to crack on.
You're gonna think this started off as fantasy warfare, and now it is morphed into
Look at
a
this.
surreal reality.
Why have we taken so?
What? Oh, bud.
A little pop ski.
One, two, three! Ha! Oh!
How good was that? You got the 1, 2, 3 chant at the 25 as well.
Yeah, he did. You ready?
Yeah. Ah! I stubbed my toe. No, I love you. Before the break, guys, we had some trivia. It was who was the first wrestler eliminated from the Royal Rumble match, the first ever one. And the answer is, Lissy, who got it?
C-Triggs, Cannon, Sincorma, Tack, and Marty Leo Quirk.
And if you're listening on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you've left a review and a comment, a review and a star review, 5-star review, and subscribed and listening to it, and you've had a guess, the answer was Butch Reed. And he was eliminated, for an extra fact, by Jake the Snake.
Wow.
Enjoy that. I'm sure they'll say in commentary tonight. Before the break, we did NXT review. I have the updated prediction league.
Ooh.
So I can tell you, because obviously whatever I read this out now is how the standing, because it was on 0 before.
Yeah.
So after that show, we have Matthew on 2 points, Pod on 2 points, Family on 3 points, and Live with 9.
What?
Whoa.
How did they do that? How? How? How?
It was because they got a clean sweep.
Wow.
And as I look at this, I'm just realising that I haven't done 2 points for a tag match. Things like that. So the differences will be right, but it'll be more like 12 to 7 to 7. So essentially, Pod and Matthew are on the same, then Family are 1 ahead, and then Live. So Live are miles ahead. I'll have to redo that at the end of the show. But yeah, so Live. Clean sweep now is 5 points if you get it. And they got a clean sweep.
That's amazing.
Well done.
Good work, Live. You guys in the chat room did really well there. But now we move on to the Royal Rumble match.
Yes!
Well, not the match, but the actual show. So the pre-show. Royal Rumble pre-show is the Luchadors, which is Kalisto, Grand Metalik, and Lince Dorado.
Okay.
Versus Drew Gulak, TJP, and Jack Hanna.
Oh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is for 1 point. I can tell you that Matthew and Podcast have gone Luchadors.
Yeah.
We go Luchadors?
Yep.
Yeah, go for it. Live, what are you looking like? I don't think we should spend too much time on this because this is a bizarre, short match for 1 point.
You gotta let them vote.
Yeah, no, I know, I'm just waiting. But I believe Luchadors because, saying that, the actual bigger characters are Drew Gulak, TJP, and Jack Gallagher.
They are.
But it's a pre-show. It's just one of those situations, and they're starting to use the Luchadors together.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
It's a good market as well.
Good
You've got to
market.
remember, they're tuning into this Mexican market. They're going to be watching this. This is one of the
Jack
big four.
Gallagher, Drew Gulak.
Cool.
I feel like I haven't seen TJP for a while either.
No,
He's been off. They took a few of them off TV.
Yeah.
yeah, for a while. TJP, I just see his abs on Instagram.
He likes
Yeah,
his LA basketball.
Yeah, and he just takes pictures of himself.
Changed his hair.
I need to follow that guy.
Has he? What's his hair doing?
It's not mine. I don't think I'm his demographic.
What's Live looking at?
Luchador.
Lucha Dragon.
Lucha things. Ah!
Cool. The next match is the Revival Club for 1 point.
Oh, really?
So, Revival or Club?
Yeah.
This is a rematch from Raw 25.
It is.
And I can tell you right now, this is different. Mafia, so Dan's team have gone Club.
Yeah.
Podcast have gone Revival.
Wow.
I'm going to start this off by just saying, is this not for the Revival to get the win back?
I think so, yeah.
Because the Club aren't particularly strong anyway. They got a big win on Raw 25.
Yeah.
Is this just 50-50, get the Revival back?
I would say so, yeah. I'd say that's where we're going.
Say yeah.
I'd like to see them with a bit more time than they got.
Yeah, we've already talked about Revival and Club in general.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to spend, again, too much time on this. I know this is hard for the chat room at Chip and Dale.
That's a hell of a match, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very good, actually. Like, even if they're given pre-shows tend to get more time.
Yeah, that's good.
And I think this will get a decent amount of time. I hope, you remember last SummerSlam, the Survivor Series, the amount of people in for the pre-show.
Yeah.
I hope they do a better job of either waiting for the second hour of the pre-show
Yeah.
to do the matches, or to just get the doors open much earlier.
Yeah.
Because I don't really fully understand why that happens.
I'm gonna be honest. In this room, whilst we're doing this,
It looks like a newsroom.
It genuinely, it feels like we're like a.
Kieran started sweating.
It feels like we're on a TV charity telethon situation.
Do you know what it is? It's
Jamie Thingston.
It's when you try and scroll up the counter and then someone
moves.
types and it moves all the way back down. So it's really hard to keep track of it.
They're mad up for it. No? No, I think Revival. I think that's where we're going with this.
Yeah.
And I think like by looking at what they did with that job match that they did a couple of weeks ago and how much they can squeeze into that time of quality, I'd like to see what they're capable of here. I'd like to see Gallows and Anderson in a situation where they can be given a good match. Because we've yet to see that. Like how good they are as a team.
A couple of good brothers right there.
They really are.
Lissy, what is it looking like?
Club. Just.
Okay.
Whoa.
So good effort. I think you're going the same as Mafia. So.
Chat room and nearly hung there.
Wow.
Very close. You don't want to be hung, guys.
No.
You want to guess more than no guess.
Yeah.
The next one is who is going to be the Bobby Roode's opponent in the Open Challenge tonight. For 1 point, your guesses can be, so in the chat room you can hear this, Jinder, Dolph, Baron Corbin, Rusev, Ty Dillinger, or other.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so this is where we're going to break it down. I can tell Matthew have gone Rusev, Podcast have gone Dolph. So I really hope it's not Dolph. I'm hoping because of the way they've done the Dolph situation, I'm hoping that there's going to be more to the Dolph situation.
Yeah. I hope so.
It'd be a real shame if not.
Well, the thing is, like, because we talked about this the other day, the potential of a ladder match, like you said,
bring a new title back. He's the original champ. He's the new champ.
And I think that title belt leaked recently. That it looked a lot like the IC title.
That was my idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I want the ladder match for 2 belts at Mania.
Like
yes.
10.
And that to me is the perfect scenario.
Yeah.
But the chances of WWE doing that, I don't know.
I think if you break it down, I think Corbin's the easy one.
Yeah, especially, is this the kickoff still?
Yeah. Jinder also makes sense.
Yeah.
Dolph's, I think, outside. But Rusev, Ty Dillinger, I don't think. Saying that, if they don't, Ty Dillinger actually been announced for the Rumble.
Okay.
So.
I would have thought Rusev would be in the Rumble.
Yeah, but Rusev would be a really good way of getting that crowd just pumped with the Rusev Day chants.
When you were reading that list, Rusev jumped out at me more than others. If I'm honest.
Same.
Dolph Ziggler being the one that I'd like, based on what they could do.
Yeah.
But I think in this situation, Rusev, in the kickoff, Rusev is the prime candidate for this situation, I think.
Yeah, cool. I think, Kieran, what do you think? Rusev? Dolph?
It's a tough one to call.
Yeah.
It really is.
There's a couple good options there.
I think Rusev, just to get the crowd getting Rusev Day, it's a nice little match.
don't
He can
think-
afford a loss.
I can't see it being another because it's on the pre-show. If it was the main show, then I think it would have been a surprise.
A bigger surprise,
I can see a...
When you do an open challenge, though, they know you're waiting for a surprise. So if they bring out Baron Corbin or Jinder, surely it's setting up a surprise. So Dolph makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But I can see them just doing Rusev because it still gets
do
a
that
pop.
on the Dolph.
Yeah, I hope it's not Dolph. That's what I mean. I'm going to go Rusev more because I just don't want it to be Dolph because I want Dolph to have a bigger situation. Should we go Rusev?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lissy, you happy with us to go Rusev?
Yeah.
It's Rusev Day. Matchka.
Are you able to get anything going?
They've gone other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good work, guys.
Just saying, with all the choices there, you made that really easy in the chat room for us.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Thanks.
The next match is Bobby Roode v whoever it is. Who's going to win? I can tell you, Matthew and Podcast have gone Roode.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's Roode. Whatever happens. I don't think you're switching the title on the pre-show.
Especially if we're going with Rusev, I think it's Rude. His stick.
Yeah, we okay with Roode.
Yeah.
So, guys, on the podcast, we want other or Roode.
Yeah.
Who's going to win? How do you feel Roode's doing with ES now?
I think he's great.
Hell of a body on him.
I hope
gorgeous.
I hope it leads to something, a big feud for the title, like a ladder or something. I just don't want him to just drop it,
disappear.
I was hoping he was going to go for the WWE title or something.
Yeah, I think he has it in him.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
down
loving
the line.
stuff.
Yeah,
I love what he did in NXT, so hopefully they continue it on the main.
Yeah. They've gone Roode.
Okay, so that's a clean sweep for Roode. Fantastic. At this point, guys, we're about to dip into the main show, but this is your chance to hear the second part of the sweepstakes. So if you haven't heard your name already or anything like that and got your number, you're probably going to hear it here. Or not. Because that might, Oh! But either ways, guys, this is the second part of the sweepstakes. Keep your ears peeled. Have a listen. We'll see you in a couple minutes so we can crack on with the main show of the Royal Rumble. was going to get such a blunt end. I was like, Royal Rumble.
Can I have a look at your show now so I can at least try and keep
this is hectic.
This is...
Oh, you want to write it?
No, because you don't know how I write things. I
Okay.
need space for
Okay,
to
so
what?
from that where it says main show down, but I do need NSX because I need to do so as well.
That intro was a load. Yeah, it was. Dear, we're back. The Master of the Balls is here.
I can't do it all that.
I wish that was the first time I've been called that.
The balls or his balls?
Well, I'm just being rude. And the independent adjudicator, Sybil, is still here.
Are
So hungry.
you ready? Can't do the ball
Pizza.
Ready. Alberto del Rio. Yeah,
No, that was...
Oh God, do you reckon they'll be back tonight?
There is, nah. See an Impact.
Who's in Impact?
Bobby Lashley's contract doesn't
Oh, Triple just ruined
end
it.
before Rumble as well, so it won't be him. And EC3's now turning on NXT, so they were the big surprises. Triple did allude last night on the Kathy Kelly thing that there was going to be this big return.
Oh well, the balls that are still left are in.
But that might be more on the women's Rumble, he's thinking.
Everything is safe. Just my OCD is now.
Bobby Roode? Bobby Roode. Roddy Strong?
Another 15
Rumble?
which Sybil will count. Sybil's going
I hope so, I love Roddy Strong.
I'll count your balls.
Okay, the first name out of the hat is. It's from Twitter. It's at Mitch Ginge 1208. Catchy name. Yeah. And the number is men's rumble number 5. Number 5 in the
See,
men.
that's quite a good number.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, for most
Same
eliminations,
as
time
it's
in.
for women's. Longest in.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, next name out of the hat is again from Twitter. It's at CTWigger96. And the number is.
What? Jason Jordan injured?
Women's Royal Rumble
No.
number 24. 24 again, a good
I
number.
swear it was I read it.
Oh, I saw that, yeah. Yeah, he's got something. Something's going on.
From Facebook, Francis
Really?
Reyes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been off. Yeah, that's why he hasn't wrestled on TV.
Women's Rumble number 6. So an early one out for again. Those eliminations are release time in. Definitely number 6 for the women's
KO's
Royal
injured as
Rumble.
well.
Okay.
Really? Is that why they're doing a handicap to keep him out?
Oh, maybe.
And that may be why they did the injury angle on SmackDown.
Has number. Oh, it's got caught underneath. That's great. Number 6 in the men's.
Oh, I thought you'd forgotten what you were doing.
It's the dramatic pause there that gives it all everything.
See, Twigger got 24.
Yeah, he did.
Back injury as well.
Okay, the next name.
He said that on the podcast with Chris Jericho and with Jericho. He said about the Sammy, like when they were coming off the table, he said he couldn't sit up because his back hurt so bad.
For the Diva Michelle is men's Royal Rumble number 12.
Jason Jordan back injury as well.
Next name
This wrestling
out
tough.
of our big pot of names.
I guess wrestling
Again
tough.
from Twitter, it's at Mr. Priceless GC.
Is he trying to be funny with these names?
I don't know.
Mr. Priceless. What does that mean?
Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman.
Mouthful.
The Boogeyman makes it sound like he's giving
It's
his
a
dances.
dancer.
Yeah.
Men's Rumble
Boogeyman.
Yeah, the Boogeyman.
number 30. Wow.
Like Kelly Kelly.
Actually, that's on the unsaved one.
What? Kelly Kelly.
Yes, he did.
Better than
Yes.
Barbie Blank, isn't it?
Barbie Blanca.
Right. Next name
Changing
is
the
from
name
the
now.
chat room. It's Jamie in the chat room. And Jamie has number
Number.
17. Men's. A lot of men's numbers come out already.
Oh.
We've still got a long way to go though, people. Right. Next name out of the hat is from the chat room again. It's
Oh, that was coming through my ear. I was like, what is that? I was like, totally doing that during the recording.
We're going over to the women's. Oh, minutes. We're going over.
What did Priceless just get?
Two in the
Oh, I didn't
women's
hear.
Rumble for James in the chat room. Okay. Next name out of the
That's
hat
so weird.
is from Instagram. It's King Stanley.
King Sunny?
That's quite a good name for Instagram. Stanley.
Did you hear
I
that?
didn't hear what he said.
Well, the King. Oh, I've Stanley. got a blinder. Women's Rumble.
Blinder.
29.
You're going to get a clean
That's a moment, number 9.
29.
So what can we do?
Well, we've done 9.
Right, so another 6 then. Okay. Next
We're
name
killing
out of the
our
hat
things.
is Steve.
I'm going to grab you a peach.
Oh!
Steve has
I haven't
Said I'm going to kill you asleep.
Ah!
Have you?
in the women's. Wow.
face is really red and shiny. Yeah,
I'm so what?
yeah, totally. Do you have any dog?
I don't feel real.
I think it's a bit delirious over here.
I've had too much caffeine tonight, and I'm going to have some more when we get the burritos.
Death Wish when we get there. I've already dropped an 8-pack and done a Coke Sabrinos.
I've got pack in the car as well.
Yeah, he's got Coke Zero as well that we can have. And Dr Pepper Zero.
Do you hear that, Joe?
What?
Do you hear everything you just said?
What?
Do you hear everything you just said?
I can't hear you. What did you say?
What? Did you wait?
What would you wait? How much is left? Do you know how long is left? There?
Couple minutes?
Yeah, that's really
Yeah. 2 minutes.
I'm going to go for... if they...
This is going for a poo.
There you go, YouTube. That's there forever.
If it comes back, just press enter because I've pre-prepared it for
Okay.
you. I'm going for a wee.
I'm not
So
gonna say
Daniel
much.
Bryan polls up now, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. That was fun, wasn't it? Oh, might be broken.
Huh?
Your arm.
Remember when this comes back in, it's going to be very sudden. So as soon as that Ready to Rumble thing kicks in.
So the push.
Yeah, that's tough. Hurts to me, my wrist.
How?
Don't know, I don't remember doing it. No. It's when I got back, I was like, there was like a big, like, you know, when you feel like a lump on the bone, you're like a bump.
Still got a loose lump on each elbow.
But I don't know, what, my elbows, do you hate your elbows?
And my heels.
It's always, yeah, it's always my elbow. It's always on the outside. Like, if we do anything on the outside, I'll come up and I'm like, oh, there's that bone there.
I think I've stuck a bump like that.
I think I'm genuinely.
There should be 30 in there. We're out of time. We are. What are we going to do? Well, I think there's only one thing we can do, sir. And that is we need to go overload. We need to overload this show. Hang on, though.
So now on yours.
Yeah.
That's just podcast listeners. It's enough. It is. So what about the live listeners who need to know their numbers? They just need to go download the podcast.
My iPad just died.
Did it?
I got loads of information on it. My iPad just died.
What do we do?
I don't know who went for what.
You need a charger.
No, it's an
Is it on
old.
there?
Oh.
Listen, you shut the door.
Please.
Can you get it on there?
My iPad's died.
I've got it written down.
But we don't know who, what the other teams put.
Or maybe just don't say what the other team have got if I technical issues. Makes it more interesting.
Yeah, it's already on there.
It's fine.
So what?
Just say we've had technical issues, we won't be able to say with what the other two
Psych.
teams have gone with.
I might be able to get it.
Wow.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Don't forget, and as you just heard, you need to download iTunes for you live listeners.
Yeah.
So
I
here
hope you all got the balls you desired.
Indeed. As I would like to mention, we were talking to Rumble, now we're on to the main show.
Yeah.
The first match I would like to talk about is The Bar versus Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins for the tag team titles. That is a 2-pointer.
Ooh.
And I can tell you, Mafia have gone for The Bar, and I can tell you that Podcast have gone for The Bar.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the title change 2 times. And Kieran, you just told me a little bit of information under break about Jason Jordan.
Yeah, Jason Jordan is nursing a back injury at the moment.
Okay.
That's why he's not been wrestling as much on TV. So you don't know what factor that's going to play.
Do you reckon that could determine the result of this contest?
Potentially.
You reckon? Do you reckon it should sway us in a certain direction, or do you reckon it's not enough?
I don't think it's enough.
That's not enough.
That's not enough.
That's not enough. I don't know. It feels like these tag titles have jumped back and forwards between The Bar and somebody at some point along the way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know whether.
And it's been Rollins and... Was it Rollins and
Ambrose?
And now it's It just seems same.
It depends how quickly they're going to go with the situation of Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Like as far as I can tell, Jason Jordan has kind of jumped into Dean Ambrose's role.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like they were taking Jason Jordan down a more of a heel route at some point, and then Dean Ambrose was taken out, and he just filled the role. Kind of went babyface again. He's kind of in between, like mucking about, pretending he's in the Shield. Like he's a bit of an annoyance. Like even though he's technically not a heel, but he's annoying. So it depends how far they go with that. It depends if tonight it all kind of combusts in some way or another. Which if it doesn't, I'd say Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan will keep them.
Mm-hmm.
If it combusts, I can see Seth Rollins and Cesaro and Sheamus getting the backs.
We are the bar.
They are the bar. they really are though. Like when WWE needs them, they hold those tag titles firmly and strongly, and they run with it.
But isn't Sheamus also been carrying around an injury recently?
He's got spinal stenosis, but he's had it a long time. And I think
Yeah.
it just became news because he mentioned it on his YouTube channel.
And
Okay.
Cesaro's had an injury a long time, wearing that tape week in, week out on his shoulder.
he is.
I don't know.
What do you think? I'm more towards what they're going with, which is I can see the bar.
Yeah,
Because I
can see
think
that.
this is the end of the little kind of.
I think there's only so much you can really do with the Jason Jordan Seth Rollins. It depends what they were going to do with Seth Rollins and Ambrose in this situation. It depends how much the plans have changed. But I would say my money's on the bar, personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Rollins Jordan.
Are you now?
Oh.
Okay, well we're going to have to...
So
wait.
Lissy, it's on you. So Kieran has gone for Jordan and Rollins.
Okay.
We've gone the bar, both of us. So you can either be Hunt or you can be the bar.
The bar.
That's tactical, I like that. We're tactical like the bar.
I like being different.
The bar!
That's
So-
family gone bar.
Yep.
Lissy, what's live looking?
Rollins and Jordan.
Oh,
Ooh.
Wow.
chat rooms with me, they there.
Yeah, it's kind of split all over the place.
The
I
next
like it.
match is the other tag team title match, which is the Usos and versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
No. Pulling on my heartstrings here.
That's good to see, yes.
Podcast have gone Gable and Benjamin.
Yeah.
Matthew have gone Usos.
Okay.
I think this is a total toss-up, but I have a long-term plan. I believe the Usos are going to go to the next pay-per-view, drop it to the Bludgeon Brothers,
Okay.
and then go against them at Mania. Because if you remember, the Wyatts and the Usos had hella crazy matches
yeah,
back
they
in the
did.
day when it was the face paint
Yeah.
Usos. So I think they're going back there with the Bludgeons.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see the way the Bludgeon Brothers are coming up at the minute.
Also, with the other tag titles in our heads changing
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
Going with the form. I personally think Usos, but I know it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think...
That's probably the match I'm looking forward to
This
most.
is head heart moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heart's probably Chad Gable.
Yeah,
But
well,
stuff Benjamin. It's all like Gable.
yeah, I wouldn't say stuff, Benjamin.
But the Usos, just wow.
Yeah, I mean... they've been doing good stuff lately, Gable and Benjamin, but I don't think they're quite there. Like, I don't think it's quite at that point yet. I think
Right.
no, it's not quite there.
Not yet.
It's not quite yet
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I think I'll go with Scott. I think.
I don't think Usos will drop it next. I think Usos will keep him till Mania.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to take it off the Usos at
Yeah.
any point, and apart from obviously whenever them and the Bludgeon Brothers meet. But yeah, I can't see that. Are you thinking that? You know, Usos?
Paranoia.
It's
It's
the
the
O's.
oh.
So we're going Usos, yeah.
I guess so.
Cool,
Yes.
cool.
Lissy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
happy with either, to be perfectly
Yeah.
honest
What
with you.
about live?
They've gone Gable and Benjamin.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we've got live and podcast Ben and Gabe.
Yep.
And then Fam and Moff.
Wolf.
Uso.
Us.
So next one is AJ Styles versus Cammy for the WWE Championship. This
Cammy.
is for 3 points. And I can tell you right now that Matthew and Pod have gone AJ.
Okay.
Kieran, again, another bit of information. You mentioned that Kevin Owens is carrying a back injury.
Yes, also carrying a back injury. Hence why this has probably been made a handicap.
And he took an injury angle on
So yeah,
SmackDown.
had a very quick match with AJ.
So it could just be Sammy versus AJ, basically.
Yeah.
I think either way, I think this is all going towards Sammy and Owens.
Yes. Yeah. I think you're right.
Again.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's just they're just doing a long story, like a long drawn out thing at Mania.
Yeah.
Mania. Personally, but you know,
To be fair, it's a good way. Like we as people that have known about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on the Indies and their story, it's been quite cool to see how it's played out. But you got to remember, a lot of the WWE audience don't know about that backstory. So are they trying to cultivate that story within the WWE just to make it mean that much more to the WWE audience later on?
Yeah.
It does make total sense.
Yeah.
I don't see anything other than AJ win.
Yes, same. Yeah, same.
I'm going AJ.
If it's
Yes.
anywhere, yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
But if it's anywhere near as good as what Sammy and AJ did on SmackDown this week, then I'm
Yeah, that was very good as
Yeah.
well. That was very impressive. Let's see, how's live looking? Do you know?
AJ.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a clean sweep for AJ, guys,
nice.
which would move us into the next, title match, the Universal title match, triple threat.
Oh,
Braun Strowman,
it's a big one.
Brock Lesnar,
Ah.
Kane,
Wow,
the Demon Kane.
that's big.
This is a beef.
That's a beefy match.
Yeah, this is
Long wait.
meat fest.
Lot of weight.
Yeah.
I can tell you that Pod have gone Brock
Okay.
and Mafia have gone Braun.
Wow, cool.
Really?
Braun for 3 points. I think ultimately, I believe they want Brock and Braun, but they don't want Braun to lose again.
Yeah.
I think Braun's going to the Miz at Mania.
Yeah.
I think that this is just a situation where everyone's like, "What's Kane there?" So someone can pin him.
Yeah.
Kane's not winning it, so is it Brock or Braun? I think he's in there, because I think if you want to make Braun special,
Yeah.
you haven't pinned Brock.
Yeah.
They're not going to allow Braun to win his first world title by pinning someone who wasn't the champ.
No.
It's too strong.
Yeah.
So you have to. This is Brock's day, and it's Brock and Roman at Mania. So
Yeah,
go
it
for
feels. It does feel that way. It does feel that way. I'd like to see Braun. Like, saying that, I'd love to see Kane win the title. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all in on Braun. But I think logically, yeah, if you're thinking ahead, which I think a lot of people playing this game like us are, they're strategically looking ahead at what
Yeah.
happened. I think what Scott said, the scenario of Brock has to win this one.
I think Brock's winning this one,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's facing Roman.
No.
I'll tell you that later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, off air?
No, on air.
Okay. Okay.
During
cool.
the Rumble.
Oh, sick. Okay. No, I get you. I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, we got to talk about the Rumble, yeah?
Yeah.
So, like, Jesus. Yeah.
It's a hell of a night we've got ahead of us.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'd say Braun. Braun? Brock.
You
no,
go Braun.
no.
Joe, okay, so Joe said Braun.
Oh.
I'm going Brock.
Brock.
Lissy. Brock is to make it hung. Braun is not. So,
What? Say that
do you not want it to be hung?
No.
Brock.
The chat room actually have been very interesting.
Are
There's
they?
been a couple of them have said Kane.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
There's
sweet.
quite
They're
a few
not
Kanes.
few of them have gone with Kane.
That'd be
Why?
funny. Kane, yeah, okay, I can see where they're going.
Because they have an opinion.
I can
Scott.
I'll eat a hat on YouTube if you subscribe if Kane wins.
Oh.
So I can't still
Opinions are like bullet club shirts. Everyone's got one.
But I think
I think it's Brock has just
just
raped.
pinched it.
Live, I'm cutting you off. It's
Yeah,
Brock.
Wow, I like the fact that's just scraped though. That's interesting.
Alright, the next match, I'm going to go there now.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to be totally honest with everyone. The show plan died.
Yeah.
So I'm writing this out on my phone as I'm talking, hence
Nice.
why I'm not talking as much.
I like it.
I've gone with the 2 tag matches so far,
Yeah.
and we've done the 2 title matches.
Yeah.
There's no other matches, is there?
No, not like.
Other than the Rumbles.
Yeah.
No, there's no other matches.
Okay, cool. So next thing is the men's Rumble. We're going
Wow.
there now.
Wow.
We're leaving the first ever women's championship. What? First ever women's Rumble to the end.
Yes.
Because it deserves it.
Yes.
It's the highlight of the night. So to first is the men's Rumble. I can tell you that podcast
Mm.
for Nakamura.
Okay.
So Pod is Nakamura.
Yeah.
Mafia, someone else.
Someone else. How does that work?
It's someone who isn't
In the
Been
listed
announced.
currently. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you think about it, they've only announced about 14 people.
Yeah. Wow.
So Roman is announced now.
yeah. Yes, he is.
So
Yeah.
that count. So if Roman wins, now he's been announced. That
Yeah.
does not count because he was announced before we took the results.
You see, I said beforehand about people making these speculations on, making their guesses on who's going to win things. A lot of people are obviously thinking ahead, planning ahead, like coming up with scenarios, how they're going to play out. You're strategically picking your winner. With the Royal Rumble, this is a situation where you either got to go with your head or your heart.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the time fans go with their heart and they don't think with their head. And then when the thing that they would have thought about if they thought with their head happens, their heart breaks.
Yeah.
It just breaks.
It just shattered.
So it's tough. Like, again, when we're doing this, we're going to have to go with either our head or our heart.
Shall I pitch you my idea?
Yeah,
Yes.
do it.
I think Taker's winning the Rumble,
Okay.
and you are going to see Taker Lesnar
Oh.
rematch
Wow.
from the same venue,
Okay.
WrestleMania,
Yeah.
the same place where Lesnar beat
I like
the
it.
I
record.
don't know.
I like
It's
it.
different.
If he did, that kind of makes sense. Because if I'm thinking did his speech,
Taker retires.
He's proving a point.
it's like he's going back over old ground.
Yeah.
I like it.
Taker retires where he lost the streak.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah.
I think there's a better odds if you said, "Is Undertaker going to be in the Rumble?" I would say I wouldn't be surprised if he's not number 30.
Yeah.
Just have a little guess here, guys. Who do you think is going to be 30?
Wow. Okay.
I think Braun
Yeah. I can see that.
or Taker.
No, I think Braun's going to be early. I think he's going to be getting an elimination record.
But he's in the title match. He's not actually advertised.
Damn it.
So I thought
Damn
30
it.
is going to be the big
Forgot
surprise.
about
Is Braun because they think people will pop for it. But I think, it's like I said earlier, I think wrestling fans, they make a scenario in their head that can't actually happen. Like Daniel Bryan returning Ronda Rousey. It can't happen, so everything else is rubbish now because it didn't happen. But WWE had no chance in winning ever.
That's what I said about going with your heart, not your head.
Yeah. So with Braun comes out, it makes sense because it should be like, yeah, look, you like this guy. He's coming out 30 now to win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Everyone should cheer, but instead of being like, where's Bryan? Where's Punk? Whereas you're going to be let down if you're going into tonight to expect Bryan. I know that there's a lot of betting sites.
Yeah.
But if you're expecting Bryan and Punk tonight, don't do it because you're going to let yourself down. Go in there with an open mind, hoping for some NXT call-ups, some cool returns, cool spots, cool story, and just hope someone new wins the Rumble. In my opinion, if someone like Braun, Nakamura, someone like that wins the Rumble, be happy because they're going with someone new. Because for like 5-6 years, we haven't had a new winner really.
No.
Yeah. What are the... So let's go down the route. So if the SmackDown star wins, what are we looking at for Mania?
I think Nakamura wins and goes against AJ Styles.
Yeah. Because if you look, Raw's got Elimination Chamber coming up.
Yeah.
And that usually decides.
Yeah. SmackDown's got Fastlane.
Oh, really as well?
But so that could do both, but Elimination Chamber makes more sense that Raw won't win the Rumble if it's decided in there. And Brock won't, if he retains, he's not going to be on Elimination Chamber, is he? So the main event's got to be the Chamber for who goes against Brock, which is Roman.
Yeah.
So, because I think there's two options. I think it's Roman or Nakamura. I think it's that simple.
Yeah.
I think they're not silly enough to do Roman again in Philly because they got so much like backlash from it. They're just trolling us at this point. They have the opportunity. Let's say they've got on paper Nakamura, AJ, and Roman Brock. They have the full opportunity to either go like it doesn't change much. They can literally go, who do you want?
Yeah.
Nakamura needs it because I think he's kind of flat at the minute. Roman doesn't need it and probably doesn't want it because he doesn't want to have to deal with the backlash. So he could go to Chamber and win. So I think you go Nakamura. I don't think they're silly enough otherwise.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna quickly go with my heart here. I'm gonna do the heart scenario rather than the head scenario. What are the chances? Because they have been purposely drip feeding us things, subtly dropping things in. Daniel Bryan's been in the ring. Daniel Bryan's confronted The Miz at Raw 25. I know this is very much a heart scenario. That it's obviously the thing that everyone wants. Is this not a situation where WWE actually pulls the trigger here and they've secretly cleared Bryan and he's going to come out at 30? Like you say, SmackDown. He's SmackDown.
I'm going to say this now. It'd be very cool, if not spooky. But don't put that in your head.
I'm not going to put it... this was literally just me just running my mouth.
If you're on YouTube right now, you just saw water go right in my eye.
Because, again, it's SmackDown. And is this not a scenario where they make it very evident that WWE don't want him to compete, but he comes out at 30 with people like Shane trying to hold him back? Like, he's like, nope, I'm going in. And they're trying to drag and Shane's like, no, you're not. And he goes in.
Wow, Joe, you got deep on that.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say this, though. You can't do this on a podcast.
Sorry.
Because you're now getting thousands of people excited. And then they're going to go, Finn Balor won it. They hate it. Even though we should like it.
I've got no interest in Bryan winning.
Have you not?
I don't have interest in winning, I have interest in returning.
It's alright, Punkosaurus just said if Shane puts himself in the Rumble, then it makes sense for Bryan to enter too.
Yeah.
Shane comes out like 5th or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bryan comes out like 6th.
I can see that. And then you have AJ Bryan at Mania.
AJ Bryan. Oh, yeah.
And then Steph wins the Women's Rumble.
So and then Triple H and Steph kiss.
Yeah.
Guys, so we gotta get this down. I'm going Nakamura.
Taker.
Wow. Wait. How does this work with this vote?
Well, if it's 4 different ones, then we'll hum.
Then you're hum, yeah.
It's best case scenario. Who do you think?
I honestly have no clue. My mind is jumbled right now from doing everything for the podcast as well. So I'm happy to go whatever doesn't get us hung.
They don't allow us to do that.
What would your heart think? What would you like?
Heart.
Are you going heart or head? Like, so
this
heart's
isn't Liz's
Bryan.
vote. I just want to hear a discussion on it. So you don't have much on who she thinks.
Yeah.
Who she'd like to win.
Personally, I'd either like Ziggler or Bryan.
Okay.
Who do you think, though?
Head. Because this is
So
more.
he's going to take it. I'm going Nakamura.
I don't see it being Taker.
Okay.
I could see it being Nakamura.
Who do you think then? Who's your vote? Say a name.
Nakamura.
Cool.
No, I don't
Yeah.
want us to.
Glad you did that.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go Brian.
Okay, so Nakamura wins by 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Nakamura live is looking like
Oh,
Reigns.
fair.
Martin Leo quite well with me.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Will there be a women's cash-in Money in the Bank?
Ooh.
I can tell you that podcast and Mafia said no.
How will that work?
I don't know. There's no champions on it, so
No.
I'm just going to say no. 'Cause
No.
I think it's one of the few
Definitely
where, it's one of the few. We'll
Okay,
wait
How
for...
does that work?
It
How is
doesn't.
that even a?
Because while she's got it at every pay-per-view, we have to ask it.
Yeah.
But
do
in
I have
the
to
chat room,
ask?
guys, if you just quickly give us a roundabout. We're going to move on, but just carry on with that, and we're just going
Yeah.
to chat some other bits. Because coming up next, I can also tell you that the men's Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
we've been informed by Twitter, is Jerry Lawler is going to be one of the ring announcers.
Okay.
The announcers.
Yeah, they've gone no for cash-in.
Yeah, that's fine. I've already put it down as no, because I
Yeah.
think we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Cool. The next one is the women's Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that Mafia have gone for, just finding it, Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
Podcast have gone somebody else.
Okay. Wow. I think the viable options,
Yeah.
considering the champs aren't involved, are they? Like, it can't be.
Yeah.
There's no way that's even a thing.
Yes.
I'd say Asuka's.
I think it's a play. I think if it's obvious, and I think with the first one they can be, because they're not fighting up against anything else
No.
like in history.
Yeah.
The obvious one's Asuka, because
Mhm.
one, it can dull the undefeated streak if she doesn't.
Yeah.
The other part being, there's 18 announced.
Yeah.
It's around a 40% chance that someone else will win it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
because there's 12 other girls to come in.
That's
Females.
Yeah.
Let's not beat around the bush.
Okay.
This is the big rumour.
Mhm.
What do you think about Rousey being in it?
I think if she walks out to Joan Jett,
Yeah.
or whatever the song is, and a hood, and she walks directly to the ring and she's number 30, I think it'd be one of the biggest pops you'll ever see.
Yeah.
I think it'd be incredible to see, and
Mhm.
it will make CNN, it'll make everything.
It's massive. Yeah.
Do I think it's going to happen? No. She's in Colombia. She's filming a film.
Do you not think that's a smokescreen?
It could be. They could get a jet in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if
A
she's...
Joan Jett.
Yeah. I don't give a damn about your damn everything. Yeah.
Like, because we were discussing this is just an out there scenario.
Yeah.
Stephanie enters.
Yeah.
She's on commentary, by the way, with Maria Menounos.
Does this big long entrance. We've had commentators going before.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't actually physically get involved with anybody.
Yeah.
So wastes that whole, what was it, 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Next one out's Rousey. There's the
Okay.
history from Mania.
Yeah.
Steph just gets out.
Yeah.
Let's picture that pace.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah.
That'd be great.
That would be spot on.
That's what I mean. I think if we had to just run down our favourite, like, what could happen,
Yeah.
I think hearing Brian's music and it, realisation
Yeah.
would be great. I think Rousey coming out would be great.
Hmm.
I personally feel that if I saw, like, a Velveteen Dream, I think it would make my night.
Yes. Yeah.
Is there anyone in the women's one that you could see tonight that would really pop you? I think the Iconic Duo would really make me happy.
That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. Kieran's in on that.
Yeah, that'd make me very happy.
Candice LeRae.
That'd be cool.
A Candice LeRae would be pretty cool.
I don't think WWE main audience would pop
No,
as much.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, she's been. I don't know.
But just for anyone who's interested in the poll,
Yeah.
we said earlier, which was that will Daniel Bryan be in the Royal Rumble? Yes, 11%. No, 89%.
Wow.
So very.
Okay.
I think people are, and that's good. That's a good sign
It's a good
because of
sign.
lack of letdown.
Yeah.
Because obviously it was the betting odds that made people go crazy.
Yeah.
Which, but that could be anything.
Yeah.
So as far as we know, WWE have let us know that Ronda Rousey isn't a WWE superstar.
Mhm.
We know that,
Yeah.
and we know that Daniel Bryan isn't cleared to wrestle.
Yeah.
So those things aren't happening.
They're
Take
correct.
those away
They're
now.
facts.
See what happens.
Yeah.
With the women, I think that Asuka's winning it. I think 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else. Here's the other thing. So it's not 100%. It's 99. I think Becky Lynch.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
She hasn't really been given anything
Yeah.
like the other girls have, like big moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see her coming in maybe like 5th, 6th,
Yeah.
going a long way. I think Sasha might be the Iron Woman.
Yeah.
She would come in maybe 1 or 2 and last till the end.
Yeah.
Similar to the men, I think Finn Balor. I think he might be first out tonight. I think you
Yeah.
might see a long 60-minute deal with Finn tonight.
Yeah.
I think it's Asuka. I'm tempted to go Becky, but I think it's Asuka.
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't see a Ronda doing it because if you've noticed, Shayna made the hint on NXT.
Yeah.
Throwing up the 4.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to be involved in that for Mania.
Yeah.
Could Shayna be in the Rumble?
I can see that. Maybe potentially if Ember had a slot.
But they've given her a little run on NXT. Do they just move her up now?
Yeah, she wants to be out.
Yeah,
That's why
maybe.
she lost. Like,
Yeah.
just quickly move her
Yeah,
up.
maybe.
Which I'm not a big fan. I like Shayna now, but.
Well, unless Ember starts dragging herself to the ring while she's still injured in there, and she comes up behind her and chokes her out again and gets in.
That'd be great. What are we thinking? I'm gonna go Asuka.
Yeah,
I think I don't want necessarily. I want something crazy to happen.
Yeah.
But I think if we're going by what the game is,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Asuka.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
It's a tough one. I can't call it really. So I have to agree. Asuka. She's
Yeah.
been defeated.
Yeah, happy to. I'm kind of the same as you. I can see it being Asuka, but I'm kind of hoping for a little something different.
Becky would pop me.
Yeah.
I think Becky would be a really cool moment for her.
Yeah.
What is live looking like?
Becky.
Oh,
Is it
sweet.
really?
Wow. Okay.
Alright, fair play. Live.
Okay.
That is for 3 points, just in case. Guys, do we want live? Do you want to play a Joker?
Ooh.
You have the choice to play the Joker wildcard,
Okay.
and we get to choose to. I'm going to say no, because I have no clue who's winning any of these matches.
No.
Joker, basically, guys, if you haven't heard before, Joker just means that you can get double points wherever you get.
Okay, so you get to.
You only get one a year, though.
Okay, so you need to pick your time. You need to pick the match. You need to pick the pay-per-view, the scenario where you want to put your Joker card down and get double points.
Yeah.
It's a gamble.
Yeah, live don't want to.
Yeah, they
don't.
We're not even. I think
Hell
we're
no.
all conserving that for another day. Guys, so that is no one going there. We got all the results in. I've got them on 3 different devices. This is a nightmare.
Wow.
As I said, big news. Dan, Scott, Joe, Kieran. We're going to sit down with the brass of Impact.
Wow.
That's
huge.
And we're going to do that face-to-face this week. So look out for anything we could be
Face
posting.
to face with the president of Impact Wrestling.
We did say, wow, we're going to make an impact this year.
We did. And also go check out that KM Total Talk. Remember all the goodies from the sweepstakes. Make sure you download the podcast to hear all of the extras after this goes off the air. The winner of all that will be next week, and all the fallout of the Royal Rumble, how disappointed or crazy the Royal Rumble was. I'm sure the Mafia will not kill everyone.
I'm going to get my flight now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's going to Philly. He's going to miss everything.
got my number.
Have you? Oh, wow.
But guys, that has been fantastic. A little update, because I messed up the title matches in NXT. The actual current scores are Mafia with 5, Pod 5, Family 8, Live 14.
Okay.
Jesus.
Because they got the clean sweep. So guys, tonight on the Rumble, if someone manages somehow to do this, there is point. Because if you get all the points tonight,
Yeah.
I think there's like 20-something points. You'll get 40-something points from the night
Whoa.
if you... sorry, no, you won't. That's if you play the Joker. You'll get like nearly 30 points from one
That's
night
a
if you
lot.
get a clean sweep tonight.
Mm.
That is... So this year is going to be a difficult year to win it, because on one pay-per-view, if you play a Joker and do a clean sweep...
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ah.
So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Don't get your hopes too up on things that could not happen. Get your hopes up for things like Dolph Ziggler, Nakamura, Becky Lynch, things that are viable. Because this happens every year. We've previewed 3 or 4 of these now. It's hard because you get so excited. The Rumble is the one that we remember as kids. This is the one that's... You hear that buzzer, it's so exciting.
I can't wait to see the big Mania sign up in the
The Mania sign.
Yeah.
WrestleMania season.
Who's going to be pointing at the damn sign tonight?
Yeah.
But guys, where could you follow Lissy?
At Lissy Does on Instagram.
And she really does.
Kieran.
At the _Bruce01.
And you can follow The Brothers Zor at ByTV on Instagram and Twitter and on Facebook, The Brothers Zor. You can also catch us on YouTube. Just search The Brothers Zor. You'll see us, a little icon, us two screaming into the air. There's lots of videos, including all of the 4 of us here, including Dan, including many others, Jay McCluskey, Eddie Ryan, Matt Riddle.
God.
Crazy, right? We've done too much, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on that, but go enjoy all those videos. Like them, subscribe, all those cool things. Because it's really important for small creators, including TWS, which you've been watching hopefully tonight on YouTube. Live. We're doing this every week now. This is live via YouTube. Get liking the button, get subscribing to the channel, and get watching. Thank you for the hearts on Periscope. You guys have been great. And thank you, Facebook. I'm sorry I went down. It was on my phone.
Yeah.
And I needed to get to some information.
On my phone.
Yes. So guys, listen out for the sweepstakes. Make sure you got all your numbers. Honestly, enjoy the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And if you're cold at any point, the brothers.bigcartel.com. I sorry, I didn't put that. But for now, guys, how are you? Are you guys pumped? Are you pumped now?
Yes.
I am super
How
pumped.
packed was that show? I don't know what the time is.
I was going to say,
I
I'm
apologise. How long is it?
a little bit exhausted,
Yeah.
but
Hot.
I'm hungry.
I can't wait to get pizza.
I think we've got 2.25 hours.
Good. And there's might be some more if you're listening.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Overload. Download it before the Rumble.
Anyway, guys.
can I just do a really quick shout out? Thank you to the chat room, Sincorma, Tack and Punk for helping out with the numbers and whatnot. You're amazing.
Yeah.
And sorry if I forgot anybody else that was helping me out.
That's it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bit hectic tonight.
Yeah, but it was good, we did it.
But guys, that has been TWS Family. Next week's Mafia. Enjoy the Rumble. We'll say bye.
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 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Psyche came out.
Oh, yeah. What did he say?
Oh, that's my shout.
Yeah, and
You
everyone's
put it
like,
in.
they predicted it. I didn't shout out who did that either. I missed a lot of stuff. So. My bad.
Alright.
My bad. Scrappy. It was all.
Oh. I think it was that hectic start.
Yeah, I think I got threw off. I think I threw myself off.
That was a really good shot.
I missed. So you don't feel like that. See you guys. Bye.
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 Yeah. You're sick then.
Play it out quick, we don't want to leave long.
Straight away, yeah?
Yeah, don't play long. We've got to go into overload.
Get out of YouTube.
That's fucking. Yeah.
My iPad went off halfway through predictions, so I forgot. I didn't send my show plan to anyone.
Oh.
So
we
See you next Sunday, 7 PM.
see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.